Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Live from Las Vegas for NBA Summer League, presented by Power Business Technology. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he. The Drive guys. We've put some extra stress on everybody kind of involved, including Chris. A heavy burden is going on Chris, who not only is working this show, but yesterday, Chris, you had to work Matt and Kayla's show as well. Was there a lot of that yesterday?
No, because of the job I have, I was kind of doing that job, while trying to keep an eye on theirs.
So there was not a lot of Kayla screaming?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. you don't know.
I hope not.
You don't think so? I hope not. Yeah. And unfortunately for today, you have not unfortunately, because I mean you are a dedicated worker, dedicated to your craft, but you have to do that again today, correct?
Correct.
Wow. Is that the last day of the week for that, or do you have a third one of these?
I think that's the last day.
Okay. Yeah, we've got either people out, people on vacation, people out here in Las Vegas, and we are coming to you live from Vegas as we are out here for all things Kings, all things Summer League, all things NBA. Thanks to the great folks from Power Business Technology, copiers and printers for your office needs. So, yeah, we will continue our coverage here. The Drive guys will continue their coverage. I watched some of their show yesterday from the Sports Shack, as it was deemed right before they went on the air. You know, we're calling it the Sactown Sports Compound, whatever it might be, but I guess they deemed it the Sports Shack, and they're having some fun over there, as they should, and they will be there all through the rest of the week. Speaking of the Sports Shack, we are going to check in this morning over there. Yesterday it was Whitey Gleason. Today we're going to cook. We're going to check in with Alan Stiles. You think Alan's already out for a run?
No, he told me he woke up at 6:30 yesterday, so I'm guessing he didn't do a show or anything like that. I'm guessing 7 o'clock for him.
Okay, but maybe still it will get out for a run. Yeah, because Alan was talking about via social media being the hardest working person on the station.
That was interesting.
And, you were ready to fire back on that.
I just don't like it when, well, you probably get this a lot. Just like, oh man, I got to get up so early tomorrow. I got to get up at 6.
Yeah. And you're like, interesting. Really? That's early, huh? Yeah. We will check in with him. I know they're having some fun over there. So much fun that, granted, I've been here longer than them, and I'm in a different location. I'm in a hotel, and was here from the beginning. So I got here before them. Had been in a hotel. It's been wonderful, wonderful stay. So, Chris, kind of some of the way the days have gone. Just people do their thing. People have work to do. People are going to the gym. People are, just people are all over the place that are here, Sacramento media. And the people that have been here the length amount of time that I've been here, kind of the local media variety, one of our friends, Sean Cunningham. So I've been hanging out quite a bit with him. Jeremiah Samuelson is also a local media member that's out here. And just, whether you run into people that you see around the hotel or whatnot, but we've all been kind of hanging out a little bit. So yesterday, they both reach out to me and say, hey, I've done this, done that. We're going to head over to get some dinner. Would you like to go? I said, sure. And then when I was communicating back with Sean, or I heard this when we arrived,
Dork.
I said, I wonder what the Sactown sports guys are doing. And because they were still wrapping up their show kind of stuff. And I know they had to do some post-show work. And they were not coming because this was the quote that was told to me from Sean. And I'm gonna have to ask Alan about this. And how should I feel about this, Chris? The quote was, "Oh, we're having kind of a team dinner tonight."
Wow.
And I went and I kind of looked at Sean and went, and then Sean kind of chuckled. I go, huh. Well, I am a part of that team.
Apparently you're not.
And then I feel boxed out. I feel isolated. How should I feel? I know how I felt, but
how would it? That's a terrible way. Absolute awful communication there. What if it was just like, oh, we're kind of just doing dinner here? What if you heard that? Would that be as bad as?
No, I think I would understand it. I think I would understand that if they meant dinner at their place.
Yeah.
Yeah, because maybe they got some supplies, they've got a nice sports shack, the Airbnb, and they have a kitchen. I've seen it. Their place looks great. And maybe it was just, save on some money, some budget, whatever. I don't
or
even know.
Oh, we're just ordering in.
Yeah. Or barbecue, whatever. They got a pool, they got a nice setup. And I could have, and then it would have been up to me. Like, if you want to come over, then I'd have to Uber over there, which, at least it would have been like, let me make that decision. But instead, people are kind of doing their thing. I know they were working all afternoon and getting themselves together for today and so on and so forth. But when you hear it worded that way, oh no, we're kind of just doing a team dinner. Huh. Which meant like that Sean and Jeremiah were kind of out, but that also meant that I was out.
Interesting.
That's interesting. Thought I was a member of that team, Chris.
Apparently not. Apparently, Alan just barges in and makes his own team. He's that one kid at recess. He's like, oh, no, we're not picking teams. He's on my team. He's on my team. He's on my team. And then you guys are a team.
Yeah.
I'm Alan Stiles.
What's good? So we'll have to ask him about, and I know sometimes communication can get out of whack. But this was not even, it was non-communication to me at all. Now, credit to Sean, he had explain.
Unfortunately, you are cutting out, so we didn't hear what you said.
Oh, really?
There.
Sorry about that. How about now? Am I better off?
Well, we can hear you, so I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, I was going to say, you were saying no. What happened there? Why I'm not giving them the benefit of the doubt?
No, because did they reach out to you like, hey, we're doing a team dinner, Jason? You want to come by?
No. No text. No call. None.
And this is from Alan.
I don't know if it's from I don't know the whole group. I don't know who.
No.
Who
who texted Sean saying that? Oh, we're doing a team dinner.
I don't know. To be honest, it might. I don't know. It might have been Frankie, but I don't know. It could have been Al. I'm not sure. I don't know, to be honest.
Unfortunately, it's 6 o'clock in the morning, so Sean's not going to be up for another 7 hours. So we can't get the official.
You know who probably is up soon if he's not already is Frankie, and he can let us know.
I don't think he's up. He's definitely not watching because he would be the first guy like, I didn't do it. It wasn't me.
Yeah.
I'm not the one that set it up.
Okay. Well, we'll get down to that and figure out what is going on there. What was that? How should I feel, everybody out there? 916-339-1140 on our YouTube chat. Weigh in on that. Let me see what we're getting here. Styles messing with the electronics. Maybe on my end. Let's see. Yeah. What do you guys think? I'm part of the team. Chris would definitely is part of the team, but is not even capable because he was in Sacramento. But apparently there was a, quote, team dinner. The team being the Sactown sports team. Now.
And here's where I have a major problem with this.
Yeah.
Because you invited them.
Okay. Not me. Again, I was not even in this communication. I think Sean, the communication all came from Sean. So I think Sean was probably asking them, which by proxy is me, because I had agreed to go with Sean. He was, or maybe he even started that process. He goes, this is exactly how it went. Sorry about that. Let me back up. Sean was currently at the arena over there at Thomas Mack or Cox Pavilion. I don't know where he was over there, but he was over at the gym. And I had just got back to the hotel, and I then get a text say, hey, thinking about dinner. Would you like to go? I said, sure. Where are you thinking? He goes, let me talk to the guys. And so the guys is kind of open-ended. He goes, and see what they're up to. But to me, I think it meant, the people that are left here, and that's the Sactown sports crew. So, and I did confirm that later. He then picked a restaurant. How about 7:30? Perfect. I'm going to have to Uber from my place. And then when we get there, I assume there are more coming. And then he says, no, it sounds like it's just going to be 3 of us for now. They're going to do a team dinner. So that's how it was relayed to me. And then I kind of went, wait, what? A team dinner? So that's the background of that story. Now, I will defend them for this, and this is, I don't know the rest of this, so maybe this is where Alan will come in to fill in the pieces. So we have our dinner. I believe they have their dinner because now I'm not in communication with them at all. I get back to the hotel because, this is the guy that has to get up early, and I still had some show prep and all that. So I don't know. I got back here at 9:30 or 10. And I think they were going to continue their evening, and I think some of that evening was going to continue here in this hotel. So in fairness to them, I think they did gather over here late. I don't know how the date ended, but I would have had a chance maybe to see them later in the evening, but I did not.
And I know that Alan isn't awake now because I just texted him and I haven't gotten a response back.
Oh.
And like I just 15. And I'm just realizing now I'm looking at a text that I sent to Alan on Thursday asking about the River Cats. Ghosted me.
Wow.
It's not looking good for Mr. Styles.
Well, Campeo says, J. Ross, you are on a different level than the Styles team. You're like MLB. It's like MLB and AAA. Well, thank you for your support, Campeo. You would have called. You would have communicated. No, just giving them some grief. Peg Junk. Ooh, I would be heated, J. Ross. Okay. Well, it takes a lot for me to get heated. I'm not there. I just want to uncover.
You should be. We'll get you there.
Should be heated?
We'll get you there. When you hear Alan's explanation for it, you'll get there.
Yeah. Well, if you want to hear that exchange, that's coming up at 8:30. I feel like I have questions for him, and I feel like you have questions for him, Chris.
And he's like, hey, I wasn't planning anything. I was just going along. No one told me anything.
That is our live audio. Maybe Alan did leave a voice note for us.
But, I mean, they've been there since Sunday. Has there been like a, hey, come check out the Airbnb. Hey, we're going to be over here for this. Hey, or is it just you're on your own?
No. And, I'm trying to think of saw all of them, talked to all of them. Sunday at the game, Sunday after the game. And then obviously I had the show yesterday. Talked to Whitey during the show. That was wonderful. Saw a lot of their great work that they're posting from the Sports Shack. and then didn't see any of them yesterday. I know they had to do their show. So it's kind of a little bit like it is at the station, where sometimes if I'm there long enough after the show, I'll see Whitey or Alan, but we don't cross paths as much. Certainly I see Matt and Kayla all the time. And they do too. So if you're in the midday, you kind of get, you get to see all the shows. But today I will definitely see that. Well, no, actually that'll be interesting. Today, the game is at 3:00. They have to do their show. So portions of the guys will be at the Sports Shack. Others will be at the game. So yeah, I don't know how it's going to go today. And then tomorrow's my last day here. So yeah, the interaction, you're onto something, Chris. We'll see how it goes. But no, there has not been a, hey, come check out the pad. This is a really cool place. No, there's not been that.
Hey, sure, Jason, when you're done with your show, let's meet up for this.
For lunch, for breakfast, for whatever. Yeah, I could do a 10:30 brunch, lunch, breakfast, whatever they want to call it.
Do you know where their Airbnb is?
I do not.
Interesting.
Yeah. Now, here I'm playing devil's advocate. What do you think the pushback is? How come you haven't invited me to your hotel? I mean, I don't know why.
Hotel.
Yeah, it's a hotel, and they could just come in, and I have 2 chairs. Yeah. There's a bed and a bathroom and a TV. It doesn't have the space that they do. Interesting. Well,
they got their little clubhouse together, and they are saying no girls allowed, just us. Yeah. You're not the girl. I'm just saying this as a generic.
Yeah.
Disappointed in all of them.
Call the OG. Oh, what's Whitey's take? Call OG to OG. That's a good point.
You know what? The one person I will say, like, it's okay. Like, Watkins, I think, is just being carried from place to place. I don't think.
Well, and I've communicated with him for several things. So we've talked, but just that's been when they were in Sacramento, and that's been with some of our digital stuff I've been sending back.
But the stuff he's been working on, I know that he's just like, he's not really worried about what's going on. I think he's just like trying to get everything done.
Yeah. He's busy. These guys are busy, but
Watkins gets a pass.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we'll uncover that coming up today. We'll see how that goes when Alan Stiles joins us from the Sack Shack at 8:30.
And also, let me ask you this quickly, Frankie. What would be worse right now? He's asleep, or he's awake but he's not watching the show?
Awake and not watching the show.
Okay. I'll get
because I think he has to work on the show, right? I mean, there's some stuff that he does and he knows what he's doing, but yeah, you haven't heard from him, correct?
I have not.
Yeah, neither have I.
We've been throwing his name out quite a bit too, so.
Yes.
He's usually quick with, hey, that wasn't my idea.
Exactly. Don't blame me, guys. Well, like I said, we are going to have uncover this.
Okay, now another question. All right, what's the response going to be? All I asked was, you up. What do you think Frankie's response is going to be?
Yeah, what's up?
You think that's what it's going to be?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's immediately, what's wrong?
Well, please report when you get that text back. It is still early, but I can understand Alan not. Usually Frankie's kind of awake and aware of what's going on this show.
I'll give him a pass too. I mean, he's a dad with a very young kid. The opportunity to close your eyes and don't have to worry about waking up for a while.
Yeah, from what I heard too, I think that they came out Saturday night, he was at a wedding too, like late night. So he probably needs some catch up. So, but like I said, at 8:30, we will talk to the great Alan Stiles from the Sack Shack. Before that, at 8 o'clock, Jonathan Mobo had a chance to sit down with him. I really like his game. I really like what he could potentially be in this league, what he's already been in this league, and what he could potentially be for the Kings as a two-way contract. We will visit with him at 9 o'clock. The voice, the television voice of your Sacramento Kings, live from Las Vegas here. We're going to check in with Mark Jones. He got an incredible honor yesterday and well-deserved. Mark is just a great guy. Really look forward to talking to him. And Chris, what was great was talking to Mark. He's like, you know what? I want to be on the show more this year. I said, Mark, you have an open invitation.
If he wants to co-host.
Exactly. Let's go, Mark. Come on in every day. Who says no? So we look forward to hearing from Mark Jones at 9. Plus, we've got all our regular things that we're going to get to. A lot of more reaction from Summer League, some recapping of the Sacramento Kings offseason, and where we are now. And it's game day today. So we got a lot to get to, but let's squeeze in leading off.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
Excuse me, young people. Yeah? Perhaps you can help me. I'm a bit lost.
Sure, no problem.
Where Brooklyn at?
Oh, my gosh. Do I need to watch that show, Chris?
Oh, that's just from their album. But you should watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah, okay. Kings are playing the Nets. Brooklyn in the house. Kings versus the Brooklyn Nets today. 3 o'clock, Summer League action. It's here. It's the next chance for another overreaction. I love it. Can't wait to see what tomorrow's show is going to be like. When someone plays great, someone plays poorly, we're making all our assessments. I'm guilty of it too. Look, we got time to fill. We got stuff to talk about. And the Kings play today. That's just another chance to see the next offering. Coming off, it was their worst game. I mean, they hadn't played that well at all the other day. A terrible second quarter, I really should say. But Kings and Nets, we saw them in the California Classic. This time, by all accounts, I believe everybody is scheduled to go from the Kings. They haven't really released any of that. They did not practice yesterday. They'll probably do a walkthrough this morning, or I say morning, maybe noon or 1-ish, about noon. I mean, it's a short drive from here to the gym. There's not like a lot of time to get there that early because you don't really have excessive time to warm up. It's kind of just get there. I got about 10, 20 minutes before tip off, and then boom, you play. So they're going to be the first game or second game, in Thomas and Mack. They will follow the Sixers and the Rockets, but Kings and Nets. And that's also Mikael Brown Jr., Darius Acuff, 2 lottery picks. And we'll even have that as a question today, kind of just the comps of lottery picks. How's that going to go? We will discuss that today as well. But Kings and Nets, and like we said, with doing all our crew here from Sactown Sports, we're going to have a ton of coverage for you and stuff that you need to just follow our social media platforms to get all the very latest things from the Sacramento Kings. All right, let's get to question 2.
Cut number 2.
Comment 2. All right, home run derby yesterday, as we had from our chatter earlier, said how great the home run derby was. It really was. A couple things, though, that I didn't absolutely love about it, and it's where we are in our sports world. It was on Netflix. No problem with Netflix. I can watch events on Netflix, but just kind of hidden when you're in a hotel room or a casino and you're expecting to see events on, like especially sporting events. Not readily available. If it's on major channels, generally you get that. But following it and then watching recaps of it, what Jordan Walker had to do to win, as far as the last 5 or 6 swings to hit home runs and doing it, was great theater. It was also the backdrop of having Kyle Schwarber, the Philly, the favorite of all the fans. They're booing Jordan Walker. It actually was great. They were the Philly fans are unique. They're special, and they're probably a pain to most people, but that's their way. And they were booing the kids out there in the field when they weren't catching the ball. They were booing other people. They were loving Bryce Harper and Kyle Schwarber, which had to feel great for them. And then Jordan Walker trying to win a home run derby basically against everyone there but his dad. That was cool. That was actually really cool. So it was a fun home run derby. They tweaked the rules a little bit. I think they got it. It was a better feel. So yeah, it was a hit, literally. Home run derby, well done. And nice job for baseball with the All-Star game going today. All right, last one in leading off.
We were on the road in Spain
And I noticed that the people there pronounced the letter S with like a TH, the sound. So instead of saying Spain, they say Spain, you know? And it's like the whole country has a crazy speech impediment.
What's that from?
Popstar. Never stop stopping.
Never Stop Stopping. Popstar. You love that movie.
Oh, it's an incredible movie.
Highly recommended from our movie.
You know what I'm going to say?
That
That would really make Dave mad. Better than Spinal Tap.
What's that? Oh, no. What would make Dave mad if you said it was better than Happy Gilmore 2? A perfect movie, 10 out of 10.
Perfect movie.
How was that? Remember that? I mean, we both pushed back on him, but we're like,
and we were both
perfect movie.
We were both like, it wasn't like we went into the movie like, oh, this is going to suck. Like, we were both excited for it. And I will say the first 20 minutes of that movie, incredible. I laughed so hard. It kind of reminded me of Anchorman 2, where it's like the first 20 to 30 minutes, like, oh my God, this is so funny. And then the next part of it was just like, what is this?
Yeah. And the way he raved about it was just like, it was fine. And by the end, I go, yeah. I mean, it wasn't like I've been telling everybody, don't see a movie. A 10 out of 10? No, come on. But it was fine. It was enjoyable for what it was. But Popstar obviously is something Chris would recommend. And yes, what that clip meant between France and Spain. France and Spain today, World Cup for a spot in the finals. This has been a heavy dose of soccer for a couple of weeks. It's getting to the end, and one of the better matches will be going on today. So we will be talking a little bit about that today, but a lot of things about the NBA. I mean, we're out here in Las Vegas, Summer League, the heart of it. It's just a basketball mecca. Who's who is out here, and we'll have more stories from Summer League. We will hear from Alan Stiles. We will hear from Mark Jones. We will hear from Jonathan Mobo. Sit back, relax, enjoy yourself, chat with us, send us texts, call us on the phone, all the things that you're willing and able to do. We appreciate you being here. Jason Ross, Christopher Laud. We break. When we come back, some NBA news and notes. There's just been so many things. Maybe we missed a few things over a couple days. Want to cover a few more things that have been going on. We'll get to that. We got World Cup, more World Cup action we'll talk about this hour as we're just getting started here from Las Vegas on Sactown Sports.
The top young talent is on display at NBA Summer League, and Sactown Sports has boots on the ground. Join Jason Ross, Whitey Gleason, and Alan Stiles as they broadcast live from Las Vegas, presented by Power Business Technology. And stay locked into SactownSports.com and the Sactown Sports YouTube channel for the latest on every game, every practice, and all things Kings this summer. Power Business Technology, copiers and printers for your office needs.
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
Is the volatility of the stock market driving you crazy? Is your retirement account sinking, yet you're getting older and you're starting to worry about, will I have enough for retirement? What about the money in the bank? These banks pay nothing these days. How do we get growth to get to retirement account? It's simple. Move into gold and silver. Want to know how to do it? Listen to my show, Striking Gold, with me, Kenny Michaels.
Country in the Park 2, presented by your California Army National Guard, October 23rd at Heart Health Park at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Russell Dickerson. Plus more. Enjoy line dancing, live DJs, mechanical bull, and food trucks. Tickets start at just $70. Country in the Park 2, October 23rd at Heart Health Park at Cal Expo with Michelob Ultra, the California Office of Traffic Safety, and Caltrans. More info at CITPFest.com.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Summer's finally here, and we're kicking it off with a whole lot of free. Free brake pads with Duralast rotors. Free oil filter with 5 quarts of oil. free Armor All wipes with Armor All glass cleaner and more. More free, so you can have more summer. Celebrate free at AutoZone. Now through July 27th. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Hey, what's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet, a Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. I've heard you're extending the 4th of July sales event because the deals were just so good.
They were the best deals of the year, and we wanted to keep the savings going. Right now, you can save up to $17,000 off MSRP on new 2026 Ram 1500 crew cabs.
America loves Ram trucks, but what about my perfect truck?
We have you covered at Hoblet. We are truck people, so you won't find a better selection of new Rams with the features that matter anywhere. Plus, with almost 600 new Rams available, your Ram is waiting at Hoblet. Just one of the reasons Hoblet is consistently one of the top Ram dealers, not just in California, but the entire nation.
Search, select, and save through our whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period. 17,000 total net savings after 4162 dealer discount and 11,338 factory incentive. Incentives may include 15% below MSRP incentive, 1,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance with eligible trade, and 500 military bonus or first responder bonus for eligible members. 10th is net savings, sample VIN 390660. See dealer for details.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores.
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Live from Las Vegas for NBA Summer League, presented by Howard Business Technology. Here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Match with us next week. We're coming to you from Vegas. We're here throughout the morning till 10. Matt and Kayla will have their show from our studios in Sacramento, 10 to 2. And then the Drive Guys from the Sports Shack will be going later today from 2 to
Sack
6.
Shack.
I'm sorry, the Sack Shack. You're right, the Sack Shack. Thank you, Chris. And Chris, you have an update for us. First off, to kind of lead us to there, if you missed the very beginning of the show, there was a talk of a team dinner, meaning the Sactown sports team. And I feel conveniently left out of that. Caleb on our YouTube chat says the team dinner needs a new offensive coordinator.
Oh,
I agree with that, Caleb. Well, Chris, are there a few developments you can share with us?
So yes, that's when, remember, I was asking if Frankie was awake and found out he is, but like just got up, like right when I texted him. I'm like, okay,
sure.
So this is me a little bit leading the witness. You know, when you, as a lawyer, you just say something to try and get the person out of their comfort zone so you can get the truth out of them. I said, just wondering if you heard Jason trashing you guys. And then he said, haha, I listened back. I've been in bed by midnight the past 2 nights. And I said, hey, just to let you know, I gave you a pass. Then I go in for the meat. I said, so when Sean invited you guys out, who said you guys were doing a team dinner? A quote, team dinner. Frankie's response, I definitely didn't. I invited both Sean and Jeremiah when they texted me. They told us they were all going to PF Chang's with Jason. The team dinner thing sounds kinda like Alan, but can't say for sure. And that's how he spelled kinda. Kinda.
Okay. Well, the good thing is, at 8:30, Chris, we're going to talk to Alan.
Yeah, we'll get to the bottom of it.
Yeah. Okay. And if more awaken before then, I mean, Whitey might wake up. I don't know if he was involved. Brendan won't wake up till like noon. I don't know about Chris, but we'll see. Alan's probably out for a jog by now.
No,
getting
he would
close
have.
to
He would have
29.
texted me. I think he's still asleep.
Okay, good. And those guys have been working hard. That's fine.
And we'll see. We'll see how long we go with Alan. We might just tell him, "Hey, you know what, Alan? This is going to be a team show. So sorry."
That's right. That is right. All right. As we continue here on Sactown Sports, 916-339-1140. Man, people are coming to my defense, which I appreciate. Steven says, damn, Alan's been there for 5 minutes. You've been there for over 20 years. That's kind of trash behavior by Alan. Gross. Wow. Well, thank you, Steven. Again, we're not exactly sure if it's Alan. Frankie thinks it kind of sounds like Alan. That's the story that we're getting back. So we're going to have to uncover it, and we will.
Oh, and the way that I know that Alan's not awake is because I did attack him. I said, I'm very disappointed in you.
Oh, yeah.
So if he was awake, he would have shot back and be like, what are you talking about?
You are really good at that. You are elite at least getting a response. And then usually, you throw in the bait, and then you go for the hook. Well done. Well done. Some NBA notes that we may have missed over the last couple of days while we're out here and Summer League. There's just been so much going on and so many people talking about different things. We told you yesterday, kind of just in different circles at around the gym, around just everywhere, people talking basketball. A lot of people just were thrown off by that Gary Trent Jr. contract. So that, just a couple things like that, just some miscellaneous notes. I thought it was really interesting about what the Warriors did. Getting Frank Vogel to join them on their coaching staff. And, for a couple of things here, I think if you really look at the success of someone like Steve Kerr, what's really helped him, or what he's been really good at, is his assistant coaches, and his coaching tree now throughout the NBA is really good. Now, Frank Vogel's been a head coach, been a successful head coach, won a championship, the bubble championship with the Lakers. And a lot of people right away when they see Frank Vogel, oh, well, he coached LeBron. The Warriors, we know, are one of the teams that are trying to get LeBron, as we still wait to see what's going to happen with King James. But regardless of whether that helps in any way, shape, or form with LeBron, really, if LeBron's going there, it's going to be more about, the Steph, Draymond dynamic and maybe what the Warriors can ultimately be with LeBron there, whether it's the Warriors, the T-Wolves, the Cavs, the Sixers, or the Heat. Those feel like kind of the final 5 candidates, unless there's a surprise team in there. Regardless of whether or not LeBron joins the Warriors, I think Frank Vogel going there is just another move, a good move. And remember, Steve Kerr was debating on whether or not to come back. He decides to come back, kind of is lined up with Steph's contract, and we'll see if he has a couple years left in him, and who knows what's left after that. But his success, that organization's success, has led to other coaches getting jobs from under Steve Kerr, who's probably been one of his many great things that he's had besides his record, his championships. Kind of his coaching tree has impacted the league. John Morant had some quotes the other day that we didn't get to yesterday too, where he feels like he is getting an absolutely fresh start in Portland. And, the one thing I think media and fans are guilty of, and I'll share blame in this, is, and we're doing it now a little bit in the Summer League, is, we see people, we see players, something happens, we kind of boom, put that label on them. And then a lot has to happen, unfortunately for them, if the label's bad, to change it. And John Morant came in with, a 2-pick, played great, an incredible label, like maybe the potential future of the league. Look at all the acrobatic highlights. I mean, he's helping Memphis win. This is a young, dynamic athlete. What a player. Then has some off-court issues and multiple times, and then has become the player that you just want to stay away from, and got to a point where Memphis felt like they just had to move on from him, which is probably the right thing for them. The question is, was it the right thing for him? Well, if you now go by his quotes, some of the things that he's really enjoying about Portland, just getting away from Memphis, getting into, I think he was talking about like fishing and just being outdoors and a new lease on life. Look, I'm not rooting against him. If anything, if that really works out and blossoms, that's going to be, I didn't think they gave up that much to get him. And it was a definitely risk reward type of trade. Low risk, I would say, because again, what they lost in Jeremy Grant and Chris Murray, Ja Morant is now in a crowded backcourt of what the Blazers have. But if he can resume the talent, leave that other stuff behind him, it's interesting what he can end up being this year. And again, someone I'm not rooting against. Everybody likes a good comeback story. Portland felt like they could roll the dice there. And now you have to watch him work, right? It's up to him. I mean, if there's another off-court transgression, well, yeah, that label's staying with you. But if it's a chance to reshape his image, his game's always been pretty solid, though there's been a little bit of a decline, and some of that is it related to just the other stuff? Well, we'll find out. But Ja Morant is someone to watch. I think that'll be one. I mean, there's so many off-season storylines, but that one to me will be one worth watching to see what he can do and if he can kind of restore his image. Again, that one's solely on him and whether or not he can do it, but we shall see. From the NBA as well, just one other note. Yesterday, Lakers get another deal. This one they signed, I think it was a 1-year deal. Zaire Williams agrees to join the Lakers on a 1-year deal. This is a team that, again, I said about it yesterday. They had cap space. They had money to spend. They have spent it. They've put depth to their roster. Just, I don't know. I don't believe in it. I don't see it. I don't see it being enough to be, the best team getting out of the West, which is what that organization is always about. I did see in person kind of the Great Wall. Walker Kessler's out here, and that's a massive man, young man. He's massive, but that's what they're hoping he could be, is that interior wall. Luka and Reeves kind of controlling things and then spread the court with all that other depth. We'll see.
Even among
to the finals, but we'll see if he's able to do that with the Lakers. All right, break time for us. When we come back, we still have 3 for Mandis coming up the next hour. Some good questions for you today. We will hear from Alan Stiles. We will hear from Jonathan Mobo. We will hear from Mark Jones. But there is soccer today, too. The World Cup's had a couple days off. People have had World Cup fever. It's winding down, but we're down to the final 4. Talking about expansion. They already expanded this year. Are they going to expand even more? We'll discuss that next.
Sacramento's young talent is on full display in Las Vegas, and Kings two-way forward Jonathan Mobo continues to make his presence felt as he continues to make an impact around the rim, on the glass, and as a shot blocker. Will the young big man play his way into a larger role this season?
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave, and yeah, I've been on the air here just shy of 25 years, and you guys know that when I endorse something, I have a few very important things. Number 1, I love it when they're local. Number 2, I have to be willing to use them myself. This is where Pest Pros came in, or comes in, I should say, because I've known these guys as Kings fans a long, long time. I also have a mouse problem at my house. I also have a cockroach problem at my house, and I did it the old-fashioned way. Went through Facebook, got a hold of these guys, we became friends, and when I found out what Pest Pros does in the community, I thought, I've got to have you guys on the air. We've got a partner, locally owned, locally operated. Their kids go to school with your kids. You're going to get pest control somewhere. Get it with Pest Pros. Here's how you get a hold of them. PestProsPS.com, or call them at 916-588-9345. That's 916-588-9345, and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Meet Lee Platts, a renter whose possessions fill not only her apartment, but also the darkest corners of a mini storage unit. A land of both truth and fiction. Truth, everything inside is protected by Progressive. Fiction, one day Lee will fit into her clothes from senior year of high school. Renters, discover coverage for what you love and what you can't get rid of in Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Summer's finally here, and we're kicking it off with a whole lot of free. Free brake pads with Duralast rotors. Free oil filter with 5 quarts of oil. free Armor All wipes with Armor All glass cleaner, and more. More free, so you can have more summer. Celebrate free at AutoZone. Now through July 27th. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
At Power Business Technology, we're not another big box corporation. We're your neighbors, locally owned and operated. We know what businesses like yours need, from reliable printers to high-performance copiers. We'll help you find the right solution with personal service you just can't get online. Need setup or support? We're just down the road and always happy to help. Power Business Technology, family hometown service with big-time solutions. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729 or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Whoa, what's all this? These screens, the food?
All for the game, bro.
Dude, let us pitch in.
No need. I've got it all covered. With T-Mobile, I'm saving $1,000 bundling my wireless and internet.
No way. Really?
Yep, and the price of my plan won't change for 5 years.
Wow, I'm definitely switching to T-Mobile.
Goal!
Here to score big with T-Mobile. Families save up to $1,000 a year when they bundle fast, easy to set up, all-in 5G home internet with 4 phone lines on Experience Beyond. And your plan price? Guaranteed for 5 years. Stay connected con tu gente and catch every match with T-Mobile. Join now at T-Mobile.com. Price guarantee on talk, tax, and data. Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. Savings based on third line free via monthly bill credits. Internet discount with $15 in monthly bill credits and auto-pay discount. Qualifying credit required. Credits may take up to 2 bill cycles and will stop if you cancel any lines or change plans.
Live from Las Vegas for NBA Summer League, presented by Power Business Technology. Here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Like one of our texters suggests here, 11th North, Zaire Williams gets signed, and Cam Thomas, Bradley Beal, DeMar still not. No, I feel like DeMar DeRozan is waiting on not necessarily him or his group, but a lot of this is the final big piece of the offseason puzzle is LeBron. And so when you have allegedly about 5 teams in the LeBron James hunt, they're all not going to get him. They all can't. Who doesn't? And it's not like maybe it would be their second choice would be DeMar DeRozan, but they're waiting, and that's the next domino to fall. And so a lot of people are waiting on the LeBron James decision. Again, another LeBron James decision. But today, your decision is whether or not you're going to have time to watch the World Cup. What time is that match, Chris? Isn't it at noon today?
Yes.
Noon today, Spain versus France. World Cup's been fun. I know you're not a fan of the way it's organized, Chris. I did hear a couple different people speculating yesterday about it was 32 team 48 this year.
Yes.
48. What do you think about 64?
That sounds awful.
Yeah,
and I mean, say that, but then I will be 100% into it because I was very against the 48 teams, and I'm good with it now.
Yeah, I mean, part of it, okay, as a soccer fan for you, to not have everybody that really, who wasn't in Italy, some other highly ranked teams that didn't play well, but
Italy hasn't made the last few World Cups, so this idea of just like, oh no, Italy didn't make it. Italy hasn't been that good at qualifying for the World Cup in a while.
So are we missing anybody then, really?
Who's gonna? I guess like Ireland. It would have been cool to see Ireland in the World Cup.
Okay,
it would have been cool to see Italy, but those are just like it would be cool to see those countries.
But I wonder if it is like the NCAA tournament where it's like they're making that bigger too. It's like, we don't need that bigger, but then do you get a few more teams in that pull off ups? I don't know. I mean, I think the World Cup has been great. I've enjoyed it as someone that I am a casual fan, if even that. And I've enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed something I think you do. I know you do quite a bit. And now I kind of get it. Like Saturday when they had, who was that? That was definitely Norway versus England.
Yeah.
And I watched it in the downstairs sports bar.
Went to extra time.
I don't know. Yeah, but just
went to extra time. There was a red card.
What about it?
Oh, can you remember the teams?
Oh, I'm missing someone. No, it wasn't. It wasn't Argentina.
Yeah, it was Argentina.
No, that's the one you're talking about. No, I was watching Norway and
England.
Yeah, with masses of people, and I hadn't really done that before, and that was fun because you're pitting. There were obviously people, whether they were from there, more likely here in Vegas, they were betting on them. That were going nuts for Norway when they scored. Then boom, when England scored, the place erupted. I go, whoa, there's more England people here. That was fun. It was fun to watch with people that were literally invested in it, I'm guessing financially, but that was cool. And I know you watch a lot of times with other people, and that's, kind of gathered common fans. But yeah, I don't know that they need to go to 64 teams. I'm kind of with you. If they do it, of course I'll watch it. But Spain versus France, I picked France from the beginning. Not that that's this world-renowned, shocking pick, but who do you think wins today? I think that's gonna be a great match.
It should be France. I hope it's Spain.
Okay, why do you want Spain over France?
Rodri plays for Spain.
Okay, gotcha.
And Cherokee plays for France, but he hasn't been starting.
Okay. And then tomorrow, we have tomorrow, right? Isn't tomorrow the second match? Who do you want in that one?
I guess England.
Yeah. I don't know if it would be bad. I don't think it matters. People are going to watch regardless when the final is. But if you had Argentina versus France, that's pretty big theater right there.
I mean, England versus France is big theater.
That's true too. I mean, really, I don't think you can go wrong at this point. It's been good. It's been enjoyable to watch. I know for you've stated it many times, not the biggest fan of FIFA. If there was any way, well, there's no way that they wouldn't be involved. But World Cup, what other way would you do to have it improve? I don't even know what else you could do. What would you say?
Like the games and like the matchups aren't the problem. It's FIFA just trying to squeeze every penny out of everybody and putting their thumbs on the scale for some teams and not other teams.
Yeah. Meaning the way it's officiated.
Well, that, and then we had that whole Balogun thing with the red card that it wasn't taken away. It was just suspended. And because it was suspended, you can't appeal it. And because there's no appeal, you have to just accept it. It was just, ugh.
Yeah, it was messy.
No, Messi didn't have any part of it.
Oh, you're right. Good point. Yeah, the whole thing was just that was bizarre. That was really a bizarre thing. And then that was the game. You're like, all right, well, U.S. maybe got a break. Let's see what they could do. And then they were just absolutely awful. Absolutely
awful. Down their legs.
Yes, they did. So Spain versus France today. It has been fun to, as I said, as a casual fan, and more people that I know, like, I've really enjoyed the World Cup. Now, when you hear that as someone who follows soccer on a way more regular basis, I guess it's back to that bandwagon thing that you, me, and Dave have talked about before. Like, if the Kings ever really were good and all these people jumped on board, all these people watching soccer, are you for that or against that?
Yeah, I'm for it.
Okay. But as you said, you'll oftentimes hear people wherever you're watching it going, yeah, you don't know what you're talking about.
Well, most soccer fans don't know what they're talking about, so join the club.
And that might be the case for a lot of sports. But yeah, that's going to be fun today at 12 o'clock, Spain versus France. Where is that today?
Dallas.
Oh, in Dallas.
Oh, Arlington.
Oh, yeah, of course.
It's in Arlington it's in Arlington at the Dallas Stadium.
Can't, heaven forbid, say the sponsor. Can't do that. Or the, stadium sponsor. But yeah, I think it's been wildly entertaining. Spain versus France today. I've talked about it the whole way through, just the level of stardom and the way the stars have come through. And in this one with Kylian Mbappe, what Messi has done, what Erling Haaland was doing, just the stories of a lot of the countries being represented here in the United States and how much fun they've had in the U.S. That was kind of a pleasant surprise. I didn't think that would get as much fanfare as it did, but maybe in the day of social media, and whether it's barbecue to ranch to Norway's kind of rowing. I don't know. There's just lots of different things that have caught a lot of people's attention. I think it's been fun. And
oh man,
close.
And in Norway, they had a huge parade yesterday for the team.
Oh, coming back?
Yeah. And so like, hey, you guys did pretty good. The whole country is going to shut down and come to your parade.
That's cool. That's really cool. I mean, I can't even imagine what was it like for Erling Haaland there, or did he go?
Oh yeah, he was there.
Oh man. Just a hero's welcome. When will he be back with your squad?
August.
It's a little break and ready to run again and torment other teams. All right, the 7:00 hour is coming up. We will be looking at more evaluations from another day at Las Vegas Summer League. Caleb Wilson was supposed to go against Darren Peterson. That did not happen. We'll talk about what Peterson was up to yesterday. We'll also have a bigger picture look back at the entirety of the Kings offseason. We'll kind of recap that. But when we come back, 3 questions, 3 answers in 3 for Madness. Lots to cover there. We'll do that next.
SactownSports.com is your online home for sports in Sacramento. Dive deep into the Kings, 49ers, Raiders, Giants, Athletics, and more with your favorite local personalities and some of the most trusted sports voices in the community. Stream Sactown Sports 1140. Watch original video content and read in-depth analysis all in one location. SactownSports.com. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Lots of places can expose you to identity theft.
Oh no.
That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity, which is way more than anyone can do on their own. If we find anything suspicious, like new loans or changes to your financial accounts, we alert you right away, all through text, phone, email, or the LifeLock app. Get the alerts that could make all the difference. Save up to 30% with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/beat. That's ethos.com/beat. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hi, I'm Justin Gingery. One of the most common questions I receive is, what makes us different from other law firms? At Gingery, Hammer & Associates, we handle your case from beginning to the end. Whether your case reaches a settlement, whether it must go into litigation, or whether it has to go all the way to trial, we will be with you along the entire way. And because we are committed to your case, we are as invested as you are in making sure you get the outcome you deserve.
When you get an injury, just call Gingery.
And we're live from the living room as Doug eyes up the matchday spread. He's reaching for the Buffalo wing. Perfect. Hang on, what's this? Oh, he's gone for a can of Pepsi too. Incredible. What a finish. Sensational combination. Look at the delight on his face. There's no doubt about it. It just tastes better. Match days deserve Pepsi. Food deserves Pepsi. Grab a pack of Pepsi Zero Sugar for today's match. It's poetry in motion.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, I'm not one to say I told you so, but do you remember last year when I told you that Pure Talk was hands down the best wireless company that I'd ever used? Well, some of you were skeptical, but Consumer Reports just asked 120,000 people to rate every wireless company in America, including the big boys. Well, guess which company was the only company to get 5 stars in every category? Yeah, Pure Talk. Coverage, support, value, data. 5 stars across the board. No service contracts, no cancellation fees, just great U.S. customer service on a crazy fast 5G network for a fraction of what you've been paying. I'm not going to say I told you so, but I will encourage you one more time to dial pound 250, say micro, and switch to a 5-star American wireless company that won't let you down. Pure Talk.
Is the volatility of the stock market driving you crazy? Is your retirement account sinking, yet you're getting older and you're starting to worry about, will I have enough for retirement? What about the money in the bank? These banks pay nothing these days. How do we get growth to get to retirement account? It's simple. Move into gold and silver. Want to know how to do it? Listen to my show, Striking Gold, with me, Kenny Michaels.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140, your local sports leader. Live from Las Vegas for NBA Summer League, presented by Power Business Technology. 3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
Madness coming your way here in just a moment as we continue to roll along live from Las Vegas. Jason Ross here, Christopher Lott in Sacramento. The Drive guys will be here this afternoon as well from the Sack Shack, as they'll be broadcasting from 2 to 6. Matt and Kayla from 10 to 2. We will talk with them at the end of the show with a little crosstalk and some celebrity birthdays, but we are here out in Las Vegas in full force. And we appreciate all of you checking us out for all this Kings coverage. Again, SactownSports.com, our social platforms. You're getting a ton of content from out here, more player interviews, more stuff, just things going on in Vegas. And we're all brought to you by our friends at Power Business Technology, copiers and printers for your office needs. We were talking up, before we get to 3 for Madness, we were wrapping up last hour talking about the World Cup. And Chris, you sent me a text of that parade, I guess. Yeah, it is wild how many people for the national team parading through, where was it, Oslo, in an open top bus from the Royal Palace to City Hall as people line the streets to celebrate Norway's historic World Cup achievement, their run. That is packed to the gills. That is awesome. Absolutely awesome to watch. That many people out there supporting them. And they didn't win it, but they went pretty far, and they were one of the stories of the World Cup. One other thing, I don't know if you can see this if you are watching on our YouTube. I see the sun finally starting to pierce through here in Las Vegas. Yesterday was a little bit of a better day. I braved an element. I hadn't done this yet. We've been talking about how warm it's been out here. And it was better yesterday. When we say better, it might have been low 100s. And I actually left this hotel on foot and walked to the Strip, and I didn't melt. I made it. Just got a good walk in, and just people watched along the walk. tried to find as much shade as possible, would dart into a place here and there. There was a couple of spots.
Wait,
just
where'd
to
you
cool
walk
off.
in?
Just down towards the strip.
Oh, well, aren't you on the strip?
I'm not far from it. I mean, not exactly on it, but we're adjacent. So I don't know. It was probably about maybe just over a mile walk. And yeah, a little toasty, but I made it just fine. Got inside. What is that? Went into the that mall is massive. Fashion mall, something like that. They have every store possible in there. Walked through there, then went back out on the strip. Just people watch, and then walked back here and made it safely. No issues at all. But it was all during the day. It was warm. Looks like we'll have another warm day today. But let's do it. Let's start out with question 1 in 3 for Madness.
Today, the Sacramento Kings play again and will face the Brooklyn Nets, who took Mikael Brown Jr. 1 spot ahead of Darius Acuff Jr. There are 4 point guards taken in a row. Which one do you think Darius will get compared to the most?
Well, we're already getting a lot of people overreacting in a good way and a bad way about all of these guys, about the way they played. Let's look back at the first one that was taken was Keaton Wagler, and he played Darius Acuff Jr. in the first game out here in Las Vegas. And if we're just going that game head to head, it was no contest. Darius Acuff was dramatically better. Well, Keaton Wagler's second game, put it together, scored 23 points, looked a lot better. And people are like, man, it looks like he's got a bright future. The point being, one, we definitely are all guilty of overreacting and trying to make evaluations way too quickly. But I think the comps are going to constantly happen. And if you're Darius Acuff, where he might get the benefit of the doubt is the 2 that were taken ahead of him. The Clippers probably, I will say this, have it the worst because they had the first choice among those 4 point guards, and they took Keaton Wagler. Now, if Keaton Wagler is great, they don't have to worry about it, but he's still going to be compared to Mikael Brown Jr. He's still going to be compared to Darius Acuff Jr., and he's still going to be compared to Kingston Flemings. And let's not forget all of the rest of the guys that went immediately after that. For the Kings, if Wagler or Mikael Brown Jr. are awesome, Kings didn't have a chance to pick them. Now, I am seeing already, and we had texts and comments in the YouTube chat that we've been saying over the last couple of days, and really for weeks, and if not months, that Kings fans and fans were, NBA fans in general, were upset that the Kings won the amount of games they did at the end because of where it put them in the lottery and then, or pre-lottery position, and then where they ended up finishing 7th. Yeah, maybe they could have got in the top 4, and we wouldn't even be talking about point guards. Maybe we're looking at Boozer here, or Wilson, or Peterson, or DeBonsa, but that didn't happen. So you could be frustrated about that. Totally get it. But now let's kind of focus in then on the 4 guards. And I think this is going to be a comp that will stick with all of them for a while. And I would not be entirely surprised for Darius and all the other 3 if it just, at times, this is the guy that's in the lead, or it flip-flops. And if history suggests anything, if we go back to the Tyreek Evans draft, you had Tyreek Evans, Ricky Rubio, Johnny Flynn, Steph Curry, all kind of drafted in back-to-back fashion. Tyreek Evans got off to the fast start. The race was won by Steph Curry. Not even close, right? Rubio had a career. Johnny Flynn, not so much. So that would suggest, in different times, maybe there was a game here or there, or a stretch here or there where Johnny Flynn, I can't even remember. Go way back then, maybe he was playing better. But Tyreek Evans won Rookie of the Year. Steph Curry is going to be one of the great players of all time, and is a surefire Hall of Famer. So you don't know how it'll all go. You've got to give it time. You've got to give it. And the other part about all this, the reality, I will almost be certain. I will be certain. I think this will be a lock that if those 4 guys of Wagler, Brown, Acuff, and Flemings play 10-plus year careers, let's just assume that. If they do, they'll do it on multiple teams. So when we're worried about, was Brown the right fit for the Nets? Was Acuff the right fit for the Kings? History would suggest if they have a 10-plus year career, they'll be on at least 1 more team, if not 2. Just the way the league is, unless the league makes some kind of structural salary cap financial changes, I think that's just going to continue to be the way of the league. The day and age of people playing on the same team for the entirety of their career is incredibly rare. It's getting more and more rare. And we still have a few candidates that can do it right now. I mean, talking about people that played 10 plus years, the Stephs, Joker's getting there. Giannis was one of them, remember? Nope, he's on a different team. John Morant could have been one. Nope, different team. Oh, Luka's never going to leave the Dallas Mavericks. He's on a different team. So just keep that in mind. But with all that being said, Darius Acuff's going to be compared to everybody in the draft, but specifically those guards. I think that's going to happen quite a bit for him. All right, let's get to question 2.
Question 2.
With a lot of the baseball players gathered together for the MLB All-Star break, the All-Stars were asked about the owners wanting a salary cap, and they still don't want one. What are the chances the two sides can work something out before December 1st?
It was interesting. So some of the All-Stars that were asked about that, I think, again, in the format they were, with the national media around them and kind of getting a lot of the game's best players gathered there for tonight's All-Star game and the festivities yesterday with the Home Run Derby, which, again, well done. Well done, baseball. That was great. Home Run Derby is a good exhibition. That was a fun show last night. I don't have the faith that this can work. That's a dramatic inclusion of what the owners want. I feel like fans would want that too. And so now it's rare. I feel like in general, I think this is a fair statement. Wouldn't you agree, Chris? I think if you asked the majority of fans of sports, and you just on the general premise, if you asked them, do you side more with the players or the owners? And not even taking an issue, but just that general statement, I feel like more people say they would side with the players. Do you agree?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But in this one, the way the sport is going, it's too bad because I think the sport, which has been losing popularity year by year, is as healthy as it's been on the field. There are a lot of stars in baseball. There's more of them coming. The sport, they've done little improvements. I mean, I think the pitch clock, I think these things have made the games more enjoyable. They really have done a good job, I have to admit. But when you have ownership wanting something as drastic as a salary cap that hasn't been in place, and you have players that, yeah, I get it, you want to make the most amount of money possible, or at least get your share of the pie. I just think that's too drastic of a cliff that as far as the separation, one side's up here, the other one's way down here. And I don't know what the in-between fix would be. If you don't end up with a salary cap, if the owners cave on that, maybe it's, hey, we're going to shrink the terms of contracts, or you're not going to be able to defer payments. Maybe there's some wiggle room there, but that seems like it's a gargantuan gap between the two sides. And like I said, the quotes that were coming out and the stuff that I saw and read from the players was the exact right thing to say. They're talking about they have time. They don't want to cave. They don't want to break things down there, but they also do not want to miss time. And I think that would be just devastating to the sport if you finish this year, no matter how it ends, and come December 1st, the two sides haven't met or haven't agreed to anything. And if you start getting much past that and lock out to where you miss games, that's a killer. We saw what it did to the sport before when they actually missed the World Series in '94. The sport was devastated. And that was even shortly thereafter, they had the boom of the Sosa McGuire home run years. You had the Bonds home run year. You've had now a couple, like Shohei Ohtani is one of the greatest stars the sport has ever had. What he's doing has never been done. An international player that's pitching at an elite level, that's hitting beyond an elite level. Aaron Judge. You go down the list, of just stars in a lot of cities. A lot of young players are coming up. What a guy like Jacob Mizorowski is doing in Milwaukee as a pitcher, the amount of times he's hit over 104 or 103. It's just ridiculous where this sport is now. And they've lost a lot of fans already. And if they actually miss time, I just think it would be crushing to the sport. Absolutely crushing. So I know what I'm rooting for. Don't know that they'll get that. But when you have that much of a divide between proposal of a salary cap, where the players like, no, we're not budging, we're not doing that, I see a lockout in the future, and that's going to really bum me out and crush the sport. All while they're getting asked about this at the. Oh, go ahead, Chris.
I was going to say, I think the really tough part is the owners in baseball. Their number one priority isn't the sport or growing the sport; it's about profits. Yes. So if you say like, okay, I don't care if we don't play next year, if this is going to cut our costs and then we can make more money, I could care less about it.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, what the commissioner's job used to be would be to get everyone in a room and just like, okay, how is this going to make the sport better? And then it's turned into, well, the commissioner works for the owner, so he's got to make sure the owners gets their way. And it's just like, well, then what's the point of the commissioner then?
Yeah. And when you're right about working to make the sport better. I think they've done some of the things, and for the diehard fans, the people that have followed baseball, like at first I'm like, the pitch clock, do we really need that? I was one that was, I don't know if I was against it, but I'm like, okay, you're trying too hard. It's been good. Some of the subtle moves they've made about mound visits, and the game has a quicker pace to it. It really does. And it's been enjoyable. The automatic balls and strikes, when those challenges, those are quick. There's no breakdown going over to a camera. It's shown on the big screen. There's a little bit of drama to it. That's kind of fun to see. Oh, it's a strike. You're out. Those are the kind of things that have been the improvements. I don't know what else baseball can do. I think, again, we're back to now the marketing of the sport. And the odd thing is, I mentioned this earlier, Chris, but the NBA signs their new deal with Prime and Peacock and, just all the different outlets NBA was. And it was a challenge this year for a lot of people. Like, where's the game? What channel is it on? It's not on. Wait, they're NBC now? No, but this one's Peacock. No, this one's on Amazon. Like last night, the Home Run Derby being on Netflix. I mean, it really is where all sports are going. But I still haven't figured out if that's the best for the sport. You're talking about improving the sport. Everybody's chasing money. Yes, I get it. But also, don't you want your product out there for as many people as possible? And I don't know. Like, look, right as of now, the one sport, if you think about it, that could probably put every week's games on a streaming service that you have to pay for, or its own like NFL games, like it's like the Red Zone, but something equivalent of that on a streaming service. Probably the masses would pay for it, and yet every week, for the most part. Now I know there's different games. There's Netflix games, but ABC, ESPN, CBS, Fox, they're there. NBC, Football Night in America, like it's over the main. And then what are the biggest, most watched events of the year? It's always football games. And I think part of that obviously is the popularity of the sport, but I think the fact that they're on over-the-air television. I mean, I know so many people have cut the cord, have moved on, but like like you're talking about the worldwide of America and into smaller towns and certain areas, people just have a television. And I think that's important to try to reach as many people as possible. So I get the opportunities to make more money with these streaming services, but when you start branching them out to that many, you're also losing portions of people. And in a sport like baseball, to have the Home Run Derby on Netflix, again, the product on there was great, but how many people did you lose by putting it on Netflix? So baseball's got a long way to go. I sure hope they don't have a lockout, but I think it's tracking that way. All right, let's get to question 3.
Question 3.
If and when Las Vegas gets an NBA team, they would have MLB, NFL, NHL, and NBA. Rank the order of how the locals would support those teams.
All right. Every time I come here, I kind of do my informal chats with either taxi drivers, Uber drivers, and just kind of gauge how they feel about this. I was doing this really for a couple years about, hey, maybe A's are coming here. And it was the general feel, almost universal every time was, yeah, we'd love to have baseball here, but we're not really interested in the A's. That they were questioning John Fisher and the ownership, the success of the team in recent years. They wouldn't mind an expansion team and get baseball here on its own and start a brand new team. Well, they're going to get the A's. That's happening. So I'm thinking, Chris, if they've got Major League Baseball team here, which would be the A's, they've got the Raiders here, and we know the way that's going still to this date, where it's, yeah, there's Raider fans, but a lot of the fans that are in that building are the opposing team's fans. NHL, I mean, they are Golden Knights crazy here. And the NBA would be the new entity, and it would be a team that's not moving from somewhere to be an expansion team, so it would feel like Vegas's team. So kind of trying to read.
And if I was the commissioner, I would give Seattle team before Vegas and then make the Seattle team move to Vegas.
Oh, you're ruthless. And then what? What would you do with Seattle? Just they lost the team again?
Oh, sorry, guys. You don't know how to support a team.
Well, all thoughts are that they're both coming in at the same time. Yeah, just swap them.
No, yeah. And then give the Seattle team again, and then move them to Nashville. And then move Memphis. Then move Memphis to Seattle.
Just to confuse everybody.
Yeah.
I think, what do you think would be the order of how locals would rank those four sports here?
I would probably say NHL, because that was their first team. That was Vegas's first team. Then I would probably say with the NBA team coming in, and then Raiders and A's.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, I think the A's will be last. I think that's the easiest one I could put in that position. It's still the NFL. It's still the most popular sport. I mean, they fill that place up. It's Allegiant's massive, and there's 8 games, 9 games. I think there's the Super Bowl's been here. Yeah, I think you're probably right on the NHL. I might even go NFL 2 and then NBA 3 here, followed by baseball's definitely going to be 4th.
Well, then that's a difference too, because I would say the NFL would be the leader, but the Raiders itself, I think, is less.
Yeah, like they also might have benefited from like getting just an expansion NFL team. Like if there was such a thing, the Las Vegas, whatever, and they weren't the Raiders. But the Raiders are such a brand. Some of the 2 and I know WNBA love, of course. WNBA, they love the Aces here, and that's been an exceptional, franchise, a champion. They love them here. I mean, right now the order is definitely Golden Knights and Aces, probably followed by the Raiders. But when you add baseball, you add NBA, that's going to be really, really interesting. And what would be funny is if the WNBA team even has a higher draw than the NBA, but I don't think that will happen. But there's major love for the WNBA here. No doubt about that. 209 for sure. Let's see. Okay, so here's one for the text line. I think baseball is losing its popularity. I didn't even know the All-Star Derby was on, the Home Run Derby, and I've seen all of them for 20 years. Well, part of that, again, back to Netflix. I think if that was on a regular over-the-air channel, and I say regular, still could be cable, could have been ESPN, ESPN2, could have been, I mean, and I wonder what the numbers were. Like people, Summer League was on. That was on the ESPN channels.
Well, then I didn't know that they did a terrible job of I think promoting it to, because I only knew that the Home Run Derby was on Netflix because I saw that they had old Home Run Derbies on Netflix when I was checking for a show or something. I'm like, what is this? Why are they doing this? And it's oh, I guess they've got the Home Run Derby now.
Yeah, which, you're right. I didn't know where it was either. And baseball certainly has to work on that, work on its branding, work on its branding of individuals too. Again, like I said, they have got major stars. And we've told that story before. Like, this isn't accurate today, but let's go back 4 or 5 years ago when Mike Trout was the sport's biggest star. And we said, put Mike Trout in the middle of Sacramento, how many people would recognize him? But you put, partly because of size, but let's not even say Victor Wembanyama. You put Steph Curry, you put LeBron James, you put Patrick Mahomes, you put, stars from other sports. Like, yeah, that. And baseball has got to work on that for sure. But yeah, here, if they get that, baseball when they're here, NBA when they're here, it is just going to become an absolute hotbed for sports. And it's already a place people like to come and travel to. Though, as Chris has been mentioning for a while, and it's so true, Chris, I felt like yesterday my Uber driver felt like was channeling you. He's a guy who's been here a long time. I was asking him these questions. He's like, there was a time I've been here 20-something years. There was a time Vegas was somewhat affordable. He goes, that's gone. He goes, it's just so crazy how expensive it's become. Because I was telling him, I'm from California. He's like, oh, it's expensive out there. I go, well, what about here? He goes, yeah, it's ridiculous how expensive things have become. And he said, yeah, he's even noticed that, people just used to come here for a weekend, kind of just get lost in it, not even care about how much money they spent. But now he goes, people are getting tighter with their money. I said, yeah, probably, because it's just gotten so crazy expensive. And you keep adding sports teams, you keep adding major fights, Super Bowls, big events, and the city is amazing, but it's pricing itself way up there. All right, still to come on the show. Reminder, coming up at 8:00, sit down with Jonathan Mobo, one of the new Kings. We will talk from the Sack Shack with Alan Stiles. Any word from him yet, Chris?
Not yet.
Uh-oh. See if he sleeps through
the
that
guy
alarm.
that was bragging about the hardest working guy in the building
is still asleep. Interesting. We will talk to Jonathan Mobo. We will talk to Alan Stiles. And then at 9:00, yeah, Kings television voice and really the voice of the NBA for so long. Got a great honor yesterday at Summer League, but we'll talk to Mark Jones live here from Las Vegas. So that's all coming up. Sit back, relax, enjoy the show. When we come back, let's look back, kind of a deeper dive on all the things that have gone on in the Sacramento Kings offseason. We'll kind of recap it. Some of this stuff has gotten lost. We'll kind of help put the pieces together of the offseason moves by the Kings. We'll do that next.
Just 4 games into his NBA career, Darius Acuff Jr. continues to impress with his court vision and ball handling. But after another inefficient night from the floor, can the young point guard find his rhythm in time to take on fellow lottery pick Michael Brown Jr. and the Nets?
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
When you see this in your kitchen,
the stainless steel fridge is covered in fingerprints.
You hear this.
Leslie, people are going to think you were raised in a barn or by wolves, or raised in a barn by wolves.
Fortunately, Wyman Stainless Steel 3-in-1 cleans, shines, and protects to give you the best shine. A spray and a wipe will have your fridge shining like a mirror.
Wow, my fridge looks brand new. Your fridge looks amazing, Leslie. Sorry, I was being a little dramatic earlier.
Your kitchen says a lot about you. Let it brag with Wyman.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
The sounds of summer. They're great until they're not. Luckily, AutoZone has free battery testing and charging.
Let me check that for you.
To help make a rough moment smooth. Don't miss the Celebrate Free event at AutoZone. Free products with select deals until July 27th. And free services every day. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729. Or visit us at powercopiers.com.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet, a Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. I've heard you're extending the 4th of July sales event because the deals were just so good.
They were the best deals of the year, and we wanted to keep the savings going.
Right now, you can save up to $14,000 off MSRP on new 2026 Ram 2500 and 3500 heavy duties. Plus, save thousands more with 0% financing for 60 months.
Wow, $14,000 off MSRP and 0% financing. That's crazy.
At Hoblet, our goal is to get you the hard-to-find heavy-duty truck you need at the best price possible. Plus, we have over 600 Rams available.
Search, select, and save through our whole inventory at hobletdodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection, and now, unbeatable interest rates. 14,000 total net savings on select new 2026 Ram 2500 Laramie after $9,500 dealer discount and factory incentives. Incentives include $500 on-the-job upfit with eligible upfit, 1,000 Hoblet business owner bonus with proof of business ownership, 1,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance with eligible trade, 0% financing for 60 months on approved credit through SFS, $16.67 per thousand borrowed, 10th net savings. See dealer for details.
Country in the Park 2, presented by your California Army National Guard, October 23rd at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Russell Dickerson. Plus more. Enjoy line dancing, live DJs, mechanical bull, and food trucks. Tickets start at just $70. Country in the Park 2, October 23rd at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo with Michelob Ultra, the California Office of Traffic Safety, and Caltrans. More info at CITPfest.com.
From Las Vegas for NBA Summer League, presented by Power Business Technology. Here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
All right, coming to you from Las Vegas Summer League, as you heard, thanks to Power Business Technology, copiers and printers for your office needs. Jason Ross, Christopher Laud, still to come on the show. We will check in with Jonathan Mobo. That's coming up at 8 o'clock, 30 minutes from now. Sit down interview with him here from Vegas. We will have Alan Stiles from the Sack Shack. And at 9 o'clock, Kings television voice, Mark Jones. He's been out here for a couple days. He's been able to check out the Kings. We'll get his thoughts on what he has seen. And as we think about the Kings and some of the evaluations from this offseason, you know, we're kind of looking at the big picture of the things that they have done, and it feels like it's been not as action-packed maybe as other teams, and the Kings were really kind of tied here. Like, they didn't have a lot of room for changes. Changes needed to be made, but contracts, length of contracts, sizes of contracts really curtailed their possibilities. The Kings were in rumors. That's always good. And I think there was activity and a desire and a want to do some movement. But one, you have to have a willing party on the other end that wants what you're selling. And two, it's got to be the right move for what you're trying to do. But if we kind of recap and look at all the puzzle pieces that they've done this offseason, and I still think there's a little bit more to be done if possible, but there's not a lot of space here. But here's what you look back on. If we go back to the draft, obviously they drafted with the 7th pick, Darius Acuff Jr. They made a draft day trade for Alex Caravan, and then they drafted Emmanuel Sharp in the 2nd round. So they added those 3 players, and one of the things Scott Perry wanted to do was get younger. Well, those 3 players, just by drafting and having 3 picks, and 3 picks that you believe will be on your roster and in your rotation in some way, shape, or form, will help get you younger. So that helps a little bit. Zach LaVine opted into his contract. I had kind of speculated during the year, was there any way that he might opt out? Well, the answer is no, he did not. I don't know what kind of options his agent looked at. And because I think the reason to opt out, and there weren't many, obviously it's tough to turn down the amount of money that Zach is going to make. But the reason to opt out is if you could find out there was a willing team out there to sign you, obviously for a lesser of a deal, but maybe longer term, and you could kind of dictate where you want to go. Because by opting in, one of the risks Zach LaVine and his camp is making, and they're comfortable with it because, look, they're going to make a lot of money this year, and he's going to be a key contributor to the Sacramento Kings. But let's say we get to the trade deadline or before, and the Kings find a deal and a willing partner that especially because Zach is an expiring contract. Now you might have a team that is worse off than the Kings, better off than the Kings, has a completely different thought process, might even be a team that's better off, but doesn't think their season's going anywhere, a real true opportunity to do damage in the playoffs. Might take them on just as much to, hey, we're going to start our rebuild here, or just tear down and take him on because his contract will come off the books at the end of the year. And now you've swapped teams in the middle of the season. That's kind of one of the risks Zach LaVine is taking, but more than comfortable doing that. So they sign him, or he opts in, excuse me. They traded Devin Carter to the Atlanta Hawks. And Devin Carter felt like the odd man out. He was not drafted by this front office and Scott Perry and BJ Armstrong. And there might be an NBA player in there. There might not. But part of the reason for doing that was to clean out a little bit of the glut and the clog that they had in the backcourt. And they basically also relieved some cap space to allow them to then sign Precious Achiuwa. So Precious Achiuwa is back in the mix with the Sacramento Kings. They have signed Daquan Plowden, was a two-way guy. He has been signed to an everyday contract. He's a guy I don't know entirely where he'll fit in on this team, but you do need depth on your roster. And when he was asked to play, he did play pretty well for the Sacramento Kings, but I just can't imagine him being a major contributor this year. That's my own opinion right now. They did sign Adam Flagler and Jonathan Mobo to two-way contracts. There will be one more two-way contract. There's some belief that it still could be Isaiah Stevens. Maybe it's another route. I personally, as I look at this roster, the way it's constructed at the moment, I believe they need another point guard. I think if they don't do that, then we're going to see Darius Acuff, some combination of Neat Clifford, Malik Monk play the point guard position, which they can. Malik has done it, but I feel like the point guard mentorship would be important for Darius Acuff Jr. And if there was a veteran that they could add to this roster to help support him, push him a little bit, but really almost be like the coach in practice, coach off the floor, coach in the game for him, besides Doug Christie and his own personal coach that he's going to have for the Kings. I think that would be important for him in his growth. And then the other part that the Kings did is they waived DeMar DeRozan. That's the one I wish they didn't need to do. I think there's a couple reasons for doing that. I think by waiving him, your stretch his contract, the $10 million that they have guaranteed this year. You give him an opportunity to be signed. As of the moment, he is not signed by anybody, but I believe he will be. And let him finish his career with another team, and maybe get a chance at making a postseason. And the other side product, or byproduct of that, I should say, is you give DeMar DeRozan's minutes. Now that could be dispersed to other people. And where will that go? Well, that's the question. Some to Hunter, some to the backcourt, some to, I think the Kings have some abilities to be flexible with their roster and play bigger, play smaller, play maybe multiple threes, play too big. I really think they could go a lot of different ways. And when that's presented that way, that can mean, man, this team has got so much depth, so much versatility. I just think they have choices. I don't know how great the choices are. I don't think this team is by any way, shape, or form a finished product. I think when you look at what Scott Perry had to take on and where he wants to get this to, it's kind of maybe finished with phase one. And I don't even know how you define it, but it hasn't been completely flipped and torn and massaged enough to where you go, yeah, now they're on the right track. They're getting there, but they're not there. And it doesn't mean they have to get rid of all of the veterans. It's just there are so many questions with this team. I think right now there's even people questioning Darius Acuff, and that's completely fine and safe, but that's someone I think at this moment they're comfortable in being the point guard and someone they look to going forward for however long that run is. But let's take someone that's a little bit more established but still has some questions, and that would be someone like Keegan Murray. Keegan Murray's last season was the one that just was such a major setback for And I feel like it's a huge year for him. Hunter is a guy they brought in to give more versatility at that type of position, at the 3, at the 4, is also an expiring contract. But could he fill that role of Keegan if Keegan is underperforming? How do they separate the minutes of Sabonis and Reynaud and Cardwell and Achua in that 4-5 range? There's a guy that we're going to talk to at 8, Jonathan Mobo. Does he have a chance with his relentless energy and potential to crack that code, or is he simply a two-way guy that's just going to get some minutes here and there, if at all? There are a lot of questions, and these are more questions about minutes. What's the best for this team? It's not like, hey, look, this team is missing one piece, and they get that one piece, and they're going to go from a 4 seed to a 1 seed. No, we're not talking about the same thing as we're talking about, Victor Wembanyama getting some go-to moves at the end of the game is probably the last piece they need to be a champion. Now, the Kings aren't anywhere close to that, but they're also not even to the spot where you feel like they've done enough of the transforming in the offseason to where you go, here's the real climb. Now it's really starting to happen. But they're in that teardown phase and figuring out how to get there. And once they kind of get through the last of these contracts, then maybe it can really, really start to take off. But they got to identify the pieces that they want to build with and go forward with. And maybe one of those pieces will be Jonathan Mobo. We'll talk to him at 8. When we come back, we'll get more into this stuff with the Kings and also some more observations from another day at Las Vegas Summer League. Some more fun stuff yesterday happened out here. We'll discuss that when we come back on Sactown Sports.
Everywhere you go with the Sactown Sports app. The most in-depth coverage of the Kings and 49ers. A library of written and video content. And all your favorite personalities all in one place. Download the Sactown Sports app today and get in on the action. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
Wow, what is all this? These screens, the food.
All for the game, bro.
Let us pitch in.
No need. I'm saving $1,000 bundling my wireless and internet with T-Mobile. I've got it all covered.
Goal!
Here to score big with T-Mobile. Families save up to $1,000 a year when they bundle 5G home internet with 4 phone lines on Experience Beyond. Compared to regular rates after third line free on Experience Beyond plan with internet bundle discount via monthly bill credits and auto-pay discount. Credit stop if you cancel or change plans.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown 411 16th Street and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-330-8323 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-330-8323. That's 800-330-8323. What do you have to lose? Call 800-330-8323. Again, 800-330-8323.
Hey, this is Jelly Roll. As many of you know, my song Winning Streak is about my own personal struggles with addiction. I first sought help for my addiction at 14 years old. Start your recovery journey. Choose a proven addiction treatment option that's right for you at ChooseChangeCA.org. The real you is worth recovering. Choose Change California provides access to proven treatment options for addiction to opioids and stimulants. ChooseChangeCA.org. This is your chance to recover your life.
If your passion is bass fishing, only one radio show has the action, information, and excitement of your favorite outdoor sport. Ultimate Bass, hosted by Tournament Bass Pro and California Outdoor Hall of Famer Kent Brown, takes you live to where the fish are biting every Saturday morning. Only Ultimate Bass feeds your passion with the latest news, products, tips, and advice from the pros. Ultimate Bass with Kent Brown, Saturday mornings at 5 a.m. on Sactown Sports 1140, part of SEP's Saturday Morning Outdoors.
Live from Las Vegas for NBA Summer League, presented by Power Business Technology. Here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
No Carmichael Dave, still on vacation. He's back with us next week. I haven't really noticed, Chris, as he slowed down on his tweeting.
Haven't really seen a lot from him on Twitter.
Yeah. I know his vacation was kind of split into two parts, two different locations. And so maybe location 2 is...
But also, I don't think there's the best of coverage up there.
Now we're on to something. Well, he will be back with us on Monday as we continue our coverage here from Las Vegas. As Summer League continues, Kings will play today, 3 o'clock, earlier game time. We'll have our coverage to make sure you're following all the stuff. All things Kings with us here on Sactown Sports. Again, the afternoon show is out here. They got started with their first show yesterday. They're here through the week. Got another day here before I bounce out, but it's been a fun time out here at NBA Summer League. And again, our thanks to Power Business Technology, your eyes and ears for all things NBA Summer League out here. And there are more evaluations from yet another day of Las Vegas Summer League. A reminder too, coming up in about 15 minutes. We'll talk with Jonathan Mobo, one of the new Kings, a two-way deal. This guy, by the way, has done some impressive things already in the NBA. Got drafted ultimately landed in Toronto. Kings signed him to a two-way deal. He had some good numbers in his first year in Toronto. So we'll sit down and talk to him. Alan Stiles joins us at 8:30, and then Mark Jones at 9. But more observations from another day at Las Vegas. I think yesterday's most highly anticipated game over at the gym was the Bulls and the Jazz, because you had, I think right now the way this draft feels like it's been deemed as your top 4, which was kind of the way it was talked about when it was going on. And those guys have all been good. I mean, I'm thoroughly impressed with AJ DeBonsa. I think he's been incredible to watch. I thought Peterson, to be honest, played better in Salt Lake City and kind of their little mini summer league, much like the Kings have the California Classic. I thought he looked really good there. He's looked good here. It's not like it's I'm worried about him, but he just hasn't played, I think, as well as he did there. Boozer is just, he played well yesterday. He's just a solid player, and he looks the part. I don't think Memphis is going to be mad about that at all. And then Caleb Wilson was so good in his first game. Not as good yesterday, though, but still good. And, that kind of gets back to the daily evaluation versus kind of the long projection. And I guess my best example of this is when we do Kings pre-games, post-games analysis after game 2, after game 6, after game 40. You kind of have to do the game in and of itself and then tie it into kind of the season long, where it's going. So if they play a great game, for example, the Kings find a great night, they beat the Spurs, in and of itself, that night is a great game. They did things right. It showed you what they're capable of. But if they were 10-26, it's not like, boom, here they go. This is going to start some sort of major turnaround. It's just that night they were good. And that's kind of the difference I'm talking about here is okay, did Caleb Wilson, who was phenomenal in his first game, scoring 35, but just the highlights, versus yesterday's game where he's less efficient, tougher for him to get going, had a strong finish. All right. I still think he's going to be a terrific player. I really have liked him from the beginning. Some have ranked him as high as number 1 going into the draft, but his injury to his wrist may have curtailed him. He had an amazing baseline highlight jam dunk where he kind of had to extend so far and throw the ball through the rim. He's just a terrific athlete. He faced the Jazz, who sat out Darren Peterson, and ironically, it was the Jazz that got the win. So we didn't get the matchup we were hoping for in Peterson versus Wilson, but we've seen Peterson. We've now seen Wilson for a couple games. And like I said, the other thing that's that's not exclusive to our show or to Sacramento. Just being around people and different NBA people in different parts of the gym to the casino area, or just people around. There's a lot of overreactions to things that they're seeing here in Las Vegas. And I think the best example I could give you is when I read those late last week, as far as the past champions and the past most valuable players of the championship game. And I still think, if I remember right, to this date, the best name that was the championship game MVP was Kyle Kuzma. So we're not talking about, oh man, Giannis came in here and was dominant and looked like a future star, and then boom, we should have known then, or Brunson or Jokic, or some of the game stars. These are people that are coming in, finding their way. Even Durant and Zion and Cooper Flag and other prominent rookies. The other potential name that could be the best was last year's champion when Charlotte beat the Kings, and Con Knippel was the finals MVP. So it could be him over time, but traditionally, for example, the 2 times the Sacramento Kings won the NBA Summer League, the Summer League MVP at that time, or the championship game MVP, was Ray McCallum or Lewis King. So you're looking at not the names that went on to have these banner NBA careers. So overreactions are going to be plenty. They're happening right now with our Kings and with Darius Acuff, positively or negatively, and they're happening with other players as well. But I feel like the general consensus is exactly like the draft. Like that top 4 has felt like a tier above, that they've separated themselves. And then there's a lot of good other picks. I mean, if you're looking at some other guys from yesterday that I thought I would say stood out, I thought Malik Thomas had another good game. He looked strong for the Cavs. We mentioned, Koa Pete, I thought did some good things for the Phoenix Suns, watching him. As another game, though, when we saw him in Sacramento, I wasn't blown away by Braden Burries, but he's been good out here. Let's see what his final numbers were yesterday. Yeah, 23, 8, and 6 for Braden Burries, but it was the way he played. There's like he's built. There's a stockiness to him. He's got a good confidence level to his game. Just watching him play, he believes in himself, and there's something about that. I think that's another thing that Acuff carries with him. If you're just kind of looking at him, that whether it's a confidence, a swagger, a belief in himself, all those are similar terms and traits, but unfazed. And I think that's a good thing. That's going to be one of his superpowers, I think, besides the other things he's able to do. So watching the other teams is also fun to see where they're going, what they're doing, what potential these guys have. And then sometimes you also just see the other reality of Summer League, and this one hits you. I mean, I'm going to be honest. You're watching people that are chasing a dream for some, right? It's happening. If you're a first round pick, you're going to get the chance at the dream. Now, the dream may fade. It may be because of opportunity. It may be your own doing. It may be injuries. It may be bad luck. There are a lot of reasons why it doesn't work for players. But I really feel for the players that are giving it their all, that are some of the world's best at this profession. I mean, if you're here, and even if you look at some guys, you're like, oh man, that guy's not any good. They're good. But in the scale of professional NBA athletes, it's a little bit different. But I feel for the guys that are still here going through Summer League, that maybe it's their 3rd or 4th team. They're a little bit older. They're chasing the dream. Or if it's a guy coming here for the first time that wasn't drafted, that made a Summer League roster, and maybe either doesn't get the run, or you could just tell they're not going to make it, at least right now. Now, they may go to a G League team and get an opportunity there. I know there's some sort of statistic that I had heard out here that, remember when it was the D League, now it's the G League, but like that was almost looked upon as, man, they sent him down. What a failure. They drafted that guy 18th overall and sent him down to the G League now. But in the past, when it was the D League, that was just the demotion. 1, 2, the organization failed him. That was kind of the belief. That is not the belief anymore. And I think the system is growing. The play at the G League is growing. And it's, hey, let's get reps for this player in our organization under our watch. And I think the stat that I heard is over 50% of the NBA has come through the G League at some point. And sometimes that's maybe a quick little rehab assignment, even though that doesn't really happen that much in the NBA. Or it's just, hey, we drafted a guy, they're not playing right now, let's give them 5 games down there. And you look at some of the guys in the Kings right now, and whether it's two-way guys, that was where Cardwell did a lot of his damage. We saw Carter play there a lot last year. Nate Clifford's played some down there. I think there's value to it. And that stigma that was out there before is gone. And I think that's good. I'm glad it's gone. Give these guys a chance to play, to get reps, to see if they grow. But yeah, I feel for that. I feel for those guys that are in whatever sport it is, working just as hard, or in many cases harder, needing the opportunity. And sometimes that's just what it takes. I saw an interview with to get in the NBA, got a chance, made the most of his opportunity, and now just got paid, wealth that his family will never be able to, just go through. It's crazy how much money the Lakers are going to pay him, but he's earned that. He deserved it. It's a phenomenal story, but he got a chance. He let someone look at him. Then when you get that chance, you got to perform. And sometimes even that, it's like, oh yeah, we played you at the end of the year, but I'm not sure we exactly believe in you. And I think a guy that we're going to talk to next is still looking for that true opportunity, and that's Jonathan Mobo. And he was taken by the Raptors, did some things for Toronto for 2 years, played more in his rookie year than his second year, and now is a King. He's a two-way guy. And if you watch him play, you see a guy that's doing the things I'm talking about. He's got great abilities. He's 6'9", long wingspan, tenacious defender, great athlete. If that jump shot can continue to fall, there is a spot for him. And I think while he defends, while he rebounds, while he's versatile, he fills the stat page, he needs that opportunity. And then when given that opportunity, needs to continue to produce. See if the Kings have a guy. We will hear from Jonathan Mobo when we come back here on Sactown Sports.
Even among the most heated rivals, nothing brings people together quite like a little bit of turbulence.
When someone says, hey, there's an issue with the equipment, I don't feel particularly comfortable. And when they said equipment, I'm sitting on the aisle, and Frankie and I just slowly turn and look at each other, and we almost held hands to say, hey, you know what? Whatever will be, will be.
Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The Gold Rush Classic, where the stars and guitars shine, is a celebrity pro-am golf tournament, a $1 million hole-in-one, a celebrity challenge, a farm-to-fork dinner, and a concert under the stars. The Gold Rush Classic is August 6th and 7th in Rancho Murrieta. This year, we welcome Hall of Famer Rick Barry. Join the fun and play golf with royalty like Reggie Theus or Olden Polynice, or Hall of Famers like Tim Brown, Marshall Faulk, or Sterling Sharp, or All-Pros Fernandez, Lloyd, Merriweather, Ostertag, and Greg Vaughn. The Gold Rush Classic is supported by the Murrieta Inn. Escape to the Murrieta Inn, a luxury getaway minutes away, situated in the gateway of wine country. The Murrieta Inn, the perfect getaway, featuring a full-service spa, pool, and hot tub, and outdoor games. The Murrieta Inn is dog-friendly. Bring the whole family. Don't miss the Gold Rush Classic in Rancho Murrieta, August 6th and 7th. Sponsorships are now available at goldrushclassic.org. That's goldrushclassic.org.
Everyone loves to be outside, and so do mosquitoes.
Protect yourself against mosquitoes and West Nile virus by following these simple tips. At least once a week, look around your yard and drain stagnant water from any containers where mosquitoes can breed. Remember to use an effective mosquito repellent, especially at dawn and dusk when mosquitoes are most active. Close all doors and be sure screens are in good working condition. At the Mosquito and Vector Control District, we're here to help. Visit us at fightthebite.net.
Country in the Park 2, presented by your California Army National Guard, October 23rd at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Russell Dickerson, plus more. Enjoy line dancing, live DJs, mechanical bull, and food trucks. Tickets start at just $70. Country in the Park 2, October 23rd at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo with Michelob Ultra, the California Office of Traffic Safety, and Caltrans. More info at CITPFest.com.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140, your local sports leader. Live from Las Vegas for NBA Summer League, presented by Power Business Technology. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom!
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't! Yes, he did!
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
All right, 8 o'clock hour beginning here on the show. Jason Ross and Christopher Laud. We have a busy back half of the show. We wrap things up at the end, checking in with Matt and Kayla. They will be in studio, having another show your way, packed from 10 to 2, and we'll get some crosstalk with them and celebrity birthdays. Still to come as well, 1 hour from now, we're going to check in with the great Mark Jones. He's live here in Las Vegas. He will join us at 9 o'clock, and we look forward to checking in with him, seeing what his summer's been like, what he's observed out here with the Sacramento Kings, and coming back for another year in Sacramento. And then we also will talk to Alan Stiles from the Sack Shack. We have heard he's awake, and he's got a half hour to get himself ready, to get his mind right and cook. But we're going to ask him some questions here, Chris. We got to get those answers to the team dinner that happened last night. If you missed it, we talked about there was a team dinner, allegedly. That's how it was being phrased, with the Sactown sports crew. So that means like everybody that's out here would be at this dinner. Well, I was not. I was not aware of it. I was not asked about it. So we'll get to the bottom of that with Alan Stiles at 8:30. But have had a chance to talk to some of the Kings players while I've been out here to get to know them a little bit more. Yesterday's interview was with Alex Caravan. And again, if you didn't see it, didn't hear it, didn't get a chance to check it out, you can go to Sactown Sports, our YouTube page for the video and podcasts, audio. You can find it anywhere through our Sactown Sports platforms. Make sure you check that out. But I had a chance to talk to Jonathan Mobo, and he's one of those guys I was just kind of talking about in the last segment, where you are good enough to be in the NBA, but sometimes you need an opportunity. And he was drafted first pick of the second round a couple years ago. And in his rookie season, really did get some opportunities, even early on with the Toronto Raptors, and played more late in the year. Last year, Toronto even had a better season, but his minutes they went down, and he was looking for a spot, looking for someone to grab him. And the Kings did a nice job of signing him, bringing him in, getting him to a two-way deal. And I think when he gets his chances to play, I really hope he makes the most of them, because this is a guy that I think can provide some things in that front court that the Kings need. He's a really terrific athlete. He's a tenacious defender. There's an energy and a passion to him that you can see. And in NBA games, he's shown you a versatility that is tough to match. And so I had a chance to sit down with him the other day, and let's hear that conversation with Jonathan Mobo.
Jonathan Mobo, correct pronunciation. Yes, that's the important thing. Welcome to the Kings, first and foremost. You're not new to the NBA, but what's your experience like with the Sacramento Kings?
It's different. I feel like guys are on the same page and everything. Coaching staff, it goes all to, hand in hand. I feel like everyone's like, locked in, guys on the same page, welcoming. And that's what I feel like, I wanted to come into. So I feel like it's a great environment.
Looking back on your career, if we go all the way back to high school, actually you didn't start playing basketball till, what, 4th or 5th grade?
Yeah, like 5th grade. 4th, 5th grade, yeah.
So what brought you were playing football growing up? What brought you to basketball?
My brother started playing. We kind of played at the same time, like in our local rec league, and then like built friendships, and then AAU started, and then I feel like it was just more fun, like because you go on AAU trips, like Orlando, the local tournaments. In football, you didn't really do that, so I was like, basketball kind of feels like more fun.
Hang on a second. We're going to take this back. There was a couple different versions of this interview that we had kind of pieced together, and I think we were starting with the wrong one there, I think. So we're gonna regroup. Chris, let me know when you've got that opportunity to get that situated here. And so Jonathan Mobo, though, I think you're going to enjoy this interview. He's a guy that, again, is doing everything he can to get noticed. You're going to learn a little bit more about him and his connection and how he's grown, and not really known as a basketball player from the get-go, but then has worked at the craft, spent a lot of time with Scotty Barnes, grew up with him. And it's been fun to watch him sit courtside at a couple of Kings games and really support him. And I know we had some questions yesterday. I think it was Brendan that was asking Mobo after the last game about having Scotty there and whether he could hear him. And he said he definitely could and loved that support. So it's really cool. So here we go. Let's try this again. A conversation with Jonathan Mobo.
My brother started playing. We kind of played at the same time, like in our local rec league, and then like built friendships, and then AAU started, and then I feel like it was senior fun, like you go on AAU trips, like Endo with the local sort of this. In football, you didn't really do that, so I was like, you basketball turn football, so you feel more fun, right? Just stuff where it's the
At what point? So you play, you get better, obviously you grow, but you were never recruited. There was a scholarship. So it feels like you've kind of always been chasing that. How much of that has been a challenge for you?
It's been a challenge, but I feel like having God first, kept me going. Having my family behind me and my friends, just help me have that motivation, and determination every day. Right? It's not given. You got to earn what you want. So go out there and take it. I just want to always inspire the young behind me that. Just because it's not like looking good so far, just continue to keep working your head up and try to chase off around.
But your challenges are significant because you're hearing no and no and no, and you keep your faith or your belief in yourself, and probably others supporting you. How was there ever not a dark time, at a time where you go, man, maybe I should stop?
Yeah, there was a time in high school, my junior year. I wasn't really getting recruited or anything. You kind of had Bruceing early every year, and I didn't feel like I was kind of like getting better at basketball, so I just kind of like had a deep conversation with my mom, and she just told me to keep on. Like you said, like Rome wasn't built in a day, so just keep going at it. Keep working hard. And a couple years later, I told myself, for my freshman year, I told myself 2 years from now I'm gonna be an NBA. So happened on my phone still 2 years later. That's awesome. So yeah, gotta keep it at it.
And your journey is amazing. Kind of bounced around in different colleges. The last one, somewhat local, out in USF.
Yeah.
Got some all-league honors. And then when you heard your name on getting drafted by the Raptors, I mean, all the work. What was that feeling for your family, from your friends, your tight knit? What was that like?
Even though I didn't cry, I was still emotional, like deep inside. But it was just crazy, like hearing their name called, and you see it past years, like all these draft videos and stuff. You watch those 39 days, but it doesn't hit the same as you actually hearing their name. So that was just a real moment. My family was there, my friends are there, so it was just a great team.
I've always been curious because we watch the draft, or you see tweets, who's going where. How soon did you know? I mean, you probably knew the Raptors were interested, but how soon before your name was announced did you actually know, or did you hear it first when it was announced?
I heard it first when it was announced, because I told my agents and my people don't try to give up any help or anything. So I wanted to be a surprise. I wanted to go first round that year. There was a couple of them guys ahead of me. I wanted to get past, but my agent told me day 2 you'll be great first 5. So I was like, okay, right, I'm ready. I didn't know what, he was going to give me. So I was just, ready in the moment, and I heard my name, and I was like, it's a blessing of truth.
Have you used that too as motivation? Where, I've seen people, if you go third, if you go 40th, like the people above them, and you kind of watch what they're doing, but also use that as your own motivation?
Yeah, to a certain extent. I feel like everyone has their own opportunities, has different situations. Congrats to the guys ahead of me, but I feel like, deep down inside, you got to work on your own. No got to worry about who's ahead of you, who's behind you. Keep your own pace. Focus on what you got to be. You never know what's going to happen next year, 2 years later, 3 years later. So just keep working and worry about you.
And what you have done in Toronto, you made an impression there. A couple games late your rookie year, you had triple-double. You had another, I think the last game, but close to a triple-double. So you're showing an ability to do that. It's not easy to get a triple-double in the NBA. What was that night like when you got it and just afterwards?
It was just, it was a blessing. Everything's a blessing, man. My teammates, my coaching staff, Dargo, he just, believed in me. So having my teammates around me, trusting me with the ball and everything. I had a triple-double for college, and I think the hardest part is always the assist, I think, to me. So, my teammates were knocking down shots and everything, so I got the rebounds and the scoring. So it was just like, it was just a flow. Yeah, it was a great flow. And once I got the final assist, it was just a dream come true. And then,
So how aware of that during the game? You obviously know you're having a game, but like a timeout, you're like, hey, I'm reassessing. So, like, are you conscious of that?
Not really. I feel like, I was just trying to go out there, play hard, work on my game, to be honest. And then I remember a couple of the guys were saying on the bench, I think it was like a timeout, where it was like, you need 2 more assists, something like that. I'm like, I didn't even realize how many, what I was at. And then coach told me, he said, get this last assist. And then I got it. It was just amazing. Everybody was congratulating me. Everybody was happy. So at that, when you see that and you see like all you worked for, it's like, you got to keep going.
And that time in Toronto, you played with Scotty Barnes, and you have a connection with him. You kind of grew up with him, right? How was that relationship, and just, playing on the same team as someone you kind of grew up with?
It was great. I've been playing him since I was, since we were a little younger. So it was just, we already had that Crombert chemistry. So it was great. That's my guy. And, playing with him, like, against other guys, it was just like, it was a big teaching moment. He was teaching me a lot of stuff, because he's been in the league, so it's just, we're learning from him and we're having him from.
So as Kings fans have seen you so far, you're really versatile, super athletic. What do you feel is your ideal position? I know it's positionless basketball, but if coach said, I want you to play this, and you could pick it, what position would you want to play?
Honestly, I can't even really answer that. I feel like I'm just like I said, very versatile. So whatever a team needs me, I'll, flip a position. I feel like for me, it's whatever's going to have my team up. I'm very unselfish, so if I got to play a 5 before, if I got to be the one and pass all of me, I'll do that. So, whatever plug-in, kind of got with me, so I'm kind of going to take very ownership of that, right?
Your length, your size, your quickness, your athletic ability, it's very present defensively. Where did that kind of defensive DNA in you come from?
I feel like I've always had it. To be honest, when I first started playing basketball, I was getting just a defensive player for anything offense. So, on my travel team, I would get subbed in to guard the best players, sit in the corner and shoot threes. So it was really just, defensive mindset since I was way back. So, all offense came later throughout the years, but defense has always been like a main part of the year. So
this is an organization that has been known really for its defense. Is that what they've kind of told you as a role, like, that you could really help us as a two-way guy on the big club in Stockton, wherever they put you? Have they kind of emphasized that with you?
Yeah, basically just, being versatile, like I said, going in there, borrowing the best guy, rebounding, switching 1-5, be able to borrow with a free position. So, I feel like I take pride in it. This summer, I've been looking at my body, trying to get away a little bit, so guarding the year 5s a little bit. But yeah, I feel like, I've been, pretty good. And, my off-season, and I want to go out there anytime I get a chance to step in the court. Just defense first, and I always say defense always translates to offense for me. So I'm not really worried about scoring first, better. I want to steal or stop or blocks, deflection or something like that. Get me out to the and they gave me both.
Is defense, can you feel it? Do you feel like it's contagious? Because I feel like when you and, let's say, Sharp are on the floor together, man, it's like, it's uncomfortable for the other team. Do you kind of get his energy, your energy? Do you feel like that carries over?
He went to Houston, so Houston guards. I play with Jamal, so they're a little feisty down there. But Yeah, I feel like, his energy, my energy, even I feel like everyone's energy a little bit. I feel like we kind of have a chemistry going into the game. Dylan kind of sets the tone, whether it's like a big dunk, he had like 2 big dunks first game, just setting the tone. And then with his defense, was talking everything, kind of like sets the tone for everybody else. And I just want to have that, the impact, whether it's a deflection going into a steal dunk, trying to get my team going and get me going.
How about the city of Sacramento? You've been around. You kind of know the area. You've played there before. Pretty unique environment. They're starving and they love you guys if you can just bring that passion and winning. What's your experience like through the Classic, through your times with the Raptors?
The Classic was crazy. It didn't feel like a regular summer league game. It felt like their old game. Pretty bright first game. So it kind of set the tone there. And the fans, it's a great fan base. Just want to figure out how the light the beam stuff works. So
you want to do that, don't you?
Yeah. So I want to get into that, but it's a great fan base. Great energy, great crowd. I feel like they're very passionate and they want us to win. So it's a win-win situation for.
So where do you feel like you are in your career as far as like there's veterans of it, 10-year guys? You're not a rookie. You're still relatively new, but you've got experience.
Yeah.
Where are you at that?
What's that called? Like a little rug vet.
But yeah, they're not making you do stuff, are they?
No.
Okay, good.
It's good. I feel like telling the younger guys, the new guys, however, NBA works, and just giving them some pointers and stuff about summer league and everything, soon down. When they heard the 10th foul, when there was a 10th foul, I was like, there's some. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like at this point, you got to use them, see how you fit. See how the calls and stuff like that. So just the little things. Like you said, I'm not a vet, but I know a little bit what's mean in the league. It's my 3rd year, so. Well, just teaching the guys, stuff, some punters out there.
And then some challenges, like you guys played the Clippers with Wagler out there, high pick. You're getting to Bonsa. Like, I'm sure you'll get some run on him, right?
Yeah. No, this great talent. It's a great draft. So I'm just trying to keep everybody, same level-headed, Because at the end of the day, that's it together. You got to earn it. So then it's going out there and competing, and I feel like that's what something in the foot. I feel like compete is easy.
All right, as far as the rest of the summer goes, you got this to worry about, Summer League. What about after that? I mean, I know there's constant work. Any break? Like, what's kind of the rest of your summer plan before you get to camp?
This work, you have some great time to go home and see the family and everything, but, this work. I haven't done anything yet, so I still try to work. Like you said, every year, you're in cannabis, so it's just another opportunity, determination, motivation for me to just keep going and reach your forward. I got to pick.
Well, you got a lot of people rooting for you. I think Kings fans are going to fall in love with you pretty quickly if they haven't already. Best of luck. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it. Awesome.
Jonathan Mobo. Some comments from him, getting a chance to sit down, talk to him, getting to learn more about him, know him. Again, I like so many elements of what he brings. And I think there is something about the chase, too, that's important. And what I mean by that is you can hear it. He is chasing his opportunity, where if you're Darius Acuff, if you're Keegan Murray, Keegan's different. He's already received that contract extension. But like when you're drafted higher by an organization that still has the same general manager, so Acuff would be that way. Scott Perry drafted Darius Acuff. Scott Perry traded up to get Nick Clifford. These are things that he's going to want to help validate those decisions that he made. And he'll also trade those guys if the right trade is available. But he brings in Mobo, and Mobo's a guy he also wants to be right with. And you can see what Scott Perry sees and what the Raptors did see. I mean, again, the Kings have been so light in recent years from players like Mobo that are incredibly athletic, long, switchable, defensive-oriented players. And I've used the Raptors before as an example, and he was a Raptor. Whether it was Minnesota, there's just a few teams that stand out, and it just feels like they just keep coming in with players that are 6'7", 6'8", 6'9", athletic on the wing that can play guard multiple positions. And Mobo talked more about maybe even playing against five, so 5, 4, 3. But you get switched, can he stay with the guard? He's got pretty good foot speed, and just finding his lane. And he said it there. Look, I've always been known as a defensive player. I've been working on my offense, And, the Kings have enough offensive oriented players. It's a little bit interesting. You can see how this is a team that the way they were constructed at least a year ago, the defense wasn't a strength by any means. So, like Keon Ellis was kind of the one. Keegan Murray, you felt like were a couple of their better defenders. Well, Keegan got hurt. They moved on from Keon. I thought Schroeder defended okay, but they also moved on from him. And so now you add a guy like Darius Acuff, who is not known for his defense. And if you're going to have Sabonis play a lot, which we believe he would, if you're going to have Zach LaVine play a lot, which I believe he would, these are guys that are not known as defensive players. Now, Sabonis, a part of defense is rebounding, and he's a gifted rebounder. So I don't want to completely dismiss his defense, but as a back end defender, he's not a shot blocker. There's a rim presence, but not an intimidating one. People shoot over Sabonis, get in there and do some things, where Cardwell has more of an impact defensively in the paint. But now you can think about it, it's like, would they ever throw out a lineup that had someone like Cardwell, Emmanuel Sharp, Jonathan Mobo, which is what we're looking at in a lot of the summer league? Not a lot of times, but they've had some run together. That defense of group, those three, the only way I can say it is a phrase that you would hear time and time again on a bad defensive night from the Sacramento Kings, a phrase that Doug Christie and the players would all share from the locker room. And that phrase would be, we didn't make them feel us. I can tell you, when Mobo, when Sharp, when Cardwell are out there, you feel it. You can just feel it. And you sense it. There's an uncomfortability watching them, because you imagine, man, if I had these guys are all over me. It would be all over if you had the ball. So that's what you want. They don't have enough players that do that, but they've got a few more. And if you're going to be a team, like, to me, I always thought, like, when the Kings have had their struggles, there was a year, I want to say it was with Dave Yeager, where they ended up getting to like 39 wins. They weren't a great team. But what I liked about that year, what they became, was a really good offensive team that year, if I'm not mistaken, if I have my years right. They were kind of elite pace, good offensive team. They were terrible defensively, but it's like, pick a lane that you're good at. Now, if you're talking about trying to build a sustainable winner, which is, I know what Scott Perry wants, there needs to be roots and a foundation of a defensive-oriented team that is not here right now. You need some defensive players, but you also need kind of core principles, and this is what we do, this is who we are, kind of that culture, that DNA, like, when you come here, you're going to defend. That hasn't been the case. We say it time and time again. Doug Christie, Ron Artest, the only all-league performers this organization has ever had in their history in Sacramento. There's been other people that have been good defenders, but they haven't gotten that recognition. So right now, you look at a guy like Mobo, if and when he plays. Sharp, I mean, it's still a second-round pick. There are people ahead of him in the pecking order. But are you going to be committed to that thought process? And I think right now, right here and now, if we truly look at, if the Kings season were starting tonight and Doug Christie's putting out his lineup, I believe there's going to be a lean to the veterans. And that's an homage to their career work, their talent. Also, I mean, you're going to kid yourself if you don't think so. There is a code. I don't even know what other way to say it, but generally you play the people that you pay a lot of money. It's not always the case. There'll be an exception. You're like, man, that team's paying that guy $40 million. He's sitting on the bench. There's a few of those, but it's rare. And that's a tougher one to get through to an owner or a general manager that signed that contract. They're like, yeah, we're playing the guy we're paying $40 million. So if we're under the belief that Sabonis and Sabonis and LaVine and Monk and those type of veterans are going to get playing time, which they should and will, but yet are not committing enough to the defense, what will Doug Christie truly do? That'll be the one. That'll be the thing to watch, where it's like, yeah, no, Sabonis, I'm taking you out right now because I'm putting in Cardwell because you're not playing defense enough. Zach LaVine, I don't like what I'm seeing out of your defense. Darius Acuff, I don't like what I'm seeing out of your defense. Here comes Emmanuel Sharp. Precious Achua or Keegan Murray or Hunter, even though I think all those guys kind of have a bit of a commitment to the defensive end. We need a little bit more. Here comes Mobo. I mean, I think there's some optionality here but is it truly going to impact what they're doing? And I think in a perfect world, if I could draw the roster, no, not the roster, but the DNA of what Doug Christie would like, and I think it would match up and line up with Scott Perry, they would have a team that was relentless defensively. And I know the way Doug would want it, like just play ball, play basketball, read, react, kind of just there's a rhythm and a fluidity to offense. And if you can capture that and be unselfish, share the ball, hit shots, hit threes, create space, find cutters, but also it's just like there's a certain instinct. There were certain people that you just read better. And if you get on that same page where it's like a little, just the way you look at somebody, you know what they're thinking, they know what you're thinking, and that pass can be led to you right where you were going. If you watch the Warriors, and I know you have, for any amount of time, when you see like Steph and Draymond kind of do some of their two-man game, they've done it so long, so well together. They know what's going on. It's very rare that those two make a mistake together and just kind of that unspoken language. So I think if the Kings could have that perfect DNA team, which they don't have it now. We know that. But that I think is what they're building to. If Doug could find a team that for him worked so well offensively, was relentless defensively, right now that they're missing both parts. There's elements at times of that offense. There's elements at times of that defense. They haven't been able to put that marriage together at all. And that's why we're seeing the results that we've seen. All right. Thank you to Jonathan Mobo. When we come back, we're at the Sack Shack. What's going on over there? What is Alan Stiles up to? We'll get the latest on his concourse quests. And where was I in the team dinner? These questions, we'll get the answers next.
The Kings kicked off NBA Summer League with a win, but couldn't keep pace with the Washington Wizards in Game 2 with a doubleheader against the Nets and Celtics on deck, who will step up to help get things back on track.
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
There's only one Ozempic.
Hello, I'm Ozempic. Because this ad is 30 seconds, I can't get into everything I'm FDA approved to do, so I'm just going to play my jingle again. But first, ask your doctor about which FDA approved uses of me, the Ozempic pen, may be right for you. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and learn more about Ozempic semaglutide injection, 2 milligrams. Only Novo Nordisk makes FDA approved Ozempic. Now here's that jingle again.
There's only one Ozempic.
Lots of places can expose you to identity theft.
Oh no.
That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity, which is way more than anyone can do on their own. If we find anything suspicious, like new loans or changes to your financial accounts, we alert you right away, all through text, phone, email, or the LifeLock app. Get the alerts that could make all the difference. Save up to 30% with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Remember when a driving range was just a driving range? Yeah, Hagen Oaks doesn't remember either. Reserve one of 3 top Tracer bays from 6 to 11 p.m. at HagenOaks.com. Only 3 bays are reservable, while the rest of the range remains open for walk-ups. Play virtual golf, then grab food, drinks, and a seat in front of the TVs at the hangout. Throw in live music, and suddenly your quick stop at the range turns into hours of fun. Hagen Oaks Golf Complex. Side effects may include laughter, bragging rights, and one friend insisting he would have won if the wind wasn't blowing.
If there's one thing you can count on, it's 24/7 protection when you bundle home and auto insurance with Progressive. And if there's 2 things you can count on, it's your smoke detector battery dying at 3 a.m. Not 3 p.m. on a Saturday when you have nothing going on, but in the middle of the night when you're fast asleep.
Oh, come on!
Get 24/7 protection when you bundle home and auto with Progressive. Just one more thing you can count on. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. The sounds of summer. They're great until they're not. Luckily, AutoZone has free battery testing and charging
Let me check that for you.
to help make a rough moment smooth. Don't miss the Celebrate Free event at AutoZone. Free products with select deals until July 27th. And free services every day. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
There's the hard way to buy a car, and then there's the Hoblet way. Transparent prices, fast paperwork, and a team that's there to help, not hover. We've spent 77 years refining this process so you can get in, get out, and get driving with zero drama. Car buying doesn't have to be stressful. At least, not when you do it the Hoblet way. Experience the difference at HobletDodge.com. The easy way to buy.
And Doug.
Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons, and lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
In celebration of 80 years of 49ers football, Sactown Sports is counting down 80 of the most memorable moments that have shaped the team's storied legacy and winning tradition. Here's today's faithful flashback.
Number 42, hiring Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch.
The pairing of general manager and head coach is critical to any franchise's success. In one fell swoop in February of 2017, the 49ers agreed to deals with both Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch. The 6-year deals that they both signed helped start to rebuild this proud franchise. They have produced 5 10-plus win seasons, 3 NFC West crowns, 4 trips to the NFC Championship game, and 2 trips to the Super Bowl. The tandem will continue to chase the ultimate prize and try to bring another Super Bowl title to the Bay Area.
Faithful flashbacks on Sactown Sports 1140. Live from Las Vegas for NBA Summer League, presented by Power Business Technology. Here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
You're in better. Says the crew from the FB this unit. Tribe guys are going to be here all the rest of the week. They started their show yesterday. Had a chance to watch some of that here. Hopefully you guys get a chance to on our Sactown Sports YouTube page. And we're all brought to you by our friends at Power Business Technology, copiers and printers for your office needs. Live from the Sack Shack, we check in with Alan Stiles. Alan, good morning. How are you?
Jason, I'm good. Can you hear me all right?
I can. Where are you right now? Are you in the shack?
Yeah, I'm looking. My view right now is the pool, Jason. But the sun. I didn't want it to be backlit. I was trying to get you the backdrop of the pool, but it wasn't working. So I had to go in this direction. So we got the grill in the back, which of course we've been using a ton. I haven't used it yet, but we're going to. It's still only Tuesday, so I'm in the one part of the backyard.
Sun's out, guns out. I see.
I just got back from a run. You said 8:30. So I didn't know how much time I would have, and I figured I'll just play it off like I was in the pool. So we'll go with that.
I was thinking you were going to be live from the pool. I guess we're close, though. You're right there.
We're right there. We're right. I would, hold on. I got you. Hold on a second. I got to show you how we're living, Jason. I got to be very careful here. Do you see? Hold on. Oh, now I'm turning it. Hold on. Do you see it? Yeah, there you go.
See the pool. Yeah.
There you go. There you go. So that's what I'm looking at right now, Jason.
Well, we saw you posting from the pool yesterday. We saw you. We've seen your concourse quest. Like you got a lot going on. What's the latest from Alan Stiles out there?
So we're heading back to the concourse today. Obviously, kind of a weird one, to be honest, for me and Whitey and myself, because we have the show at 2 and the Kings play at 3. So Frankie is saying I got a boogie to the concourse basically around 11, 12 o'clock get some more content, and then come back and do the show. So,
Gotcha.
and obviously with the game going on, we're not going to do full play-by-play, but there'll be some reactions to it going on if people are driving around. It's kind of an odd time, so a lot of people aren't going to be able to watch. So, we'll be giving you some reactions as much as we can.
Well, take us inside the Sports Shack. Obviously, I watched the show yesterday. You guys were there. You had your guests. You had Jason Thompson. You had Coach Musselman. You had your guests out there. What's it like inside the shack with the other Sactown sports crew?
It's just a lot of memories and vibes. I think the funniest thing is you don't really get to hang out with. It reminds me of back in school, Jason. You go on a field trip, or you play on a team, and you get to see people in other aspects of life. I'm rooming. Somehow I'm the only person with a roommate. I'm rooming with Brendan. So I don't know who drew the short straw there, but me and Brendan are rooming together. Frankie has his own room, of course. Chris has his own room, of course. Jay and Whitey. So we're just kind of getting to know each other a little bit, finding out what people like, what people don't like. Grocery runs. Hey, I don't like eggs. Hey, I don't like this type of cheese. So, it's fun stuff. We wish you were with us, Jason. That's what we wish.
That's interesting.
Well, yeah.
Oh, here we go.
That's very interesting.
On everything. You can't get anything by me.
Oh, we're not trying to get it by you. We're just trying to get
not
answers.
you, Jason. Not you.
We're just trying to get
with this little
clarification
cackle in the background.
Yeah, Chris, if you want to fire away, what do you have to say, Chris?
Well, I heard yesterday that you guys had a team dinner, which is interesting because I don't know if Jason knew about a team dinner.
I did not.
Yeah, that's because it was not a team dinner per se.
Per se.
You got to realize something, and Jason understands this. Everything is super disjointed out here. It's very clunky, okay? And we have 2 cars, so we're just trying to survive, Jason. We heard first that you were going to PF Chang's, right?
Uh-huh.
So when we heard that, we didn't know where we were even going. Jay said he was going to go to the concourse to get more guests. So we didn't know what we were going to do. And then somehow we ended up at Carmine's in Caesar's Palace. Okay. But it wasn't hey guys, let's get together and have a dinner. Of course you would have been there, Jason. Jason, look, I know, you've known some of these guys for a long time. And I know our relationship is younger, okay? But me, if there was an actual team dinner, I know it probably does look bad. I understand that, but you got to understand, you get the optics, Jason. Don't let Christopher Laud and Sean Cunningham, they're texting, they're trying to, rile it all up. You got to fight it, Jason. You got to fight it.
I think it was the phrasing of team dinner.
Yeah,
I don't know where that part came
Where did that come from?
Okay, I have to be very careful how I explain this. Okay, so this is what happened. One of the members of the Sack Shack was getting blitzed about going to PF Chang's, right? And they did not want to go. So in order to kind of say, hey, this is why I can't go, that's what they said. And
so you didn't say it.
It was not me. No, it was not. Nobody was texting me.
And Frankie said that he didn't say that.
It wasn't Frankie.
So it was someone else in the Sack Shack that said it was a team dinner.
My sources can neither confirm nor deny. There are rumblings. There are rumblings around the Sack Shack. Sources familiar with the situation.
Okay, now maybe you can fill in another piece. I was saying this at the beginning of the show. I've heard when my portion of the evening ended, because my dinner was done, came back to this place with the crew that I was with at the PF Chang's. Did you guys come over here as well to this hotel later? I mean, I was done. I was working and then went and shut it down.
You're at Resorts World.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were at Resorts World.
Oh, good. How was it?
I didn't know you were staying at Resorts World.
Oh, no, that's fine. And then I'm not. That's where that was. I chose not to go down there. But you guys made it over here.
Yes, we made it over there. It is it's kind of a mission a little bit. It's off the beaten path a little bit, right?
Yeah.
It's big, man. It is enormous.
Yeah.
But it was fun. We hung out, like we said, just vibe, Jason. That's really it.
Yeah.
You know, some of the activities, the gaming activities, we will keep on the DL. But it was a fun time.
Okay, good. Well, and the thing about that is, if you were out there and did that, you've already got up to run. You're probably going to take a dip in the pool. You're going to go to the concourse. You're going to do a show. Yeah. I mean, Alan, Vegas isn't too much for you, is it?
No. And we were trying to, I don't know if you ever golfed.
Hey, Jason, have you ever golfed?
No. Can I finish? We were trying to maybe sneak it in, but I don't know if we're going to have time. It's like a 18, but it's reversed. So there's a bunch of par 3s and then a couple par 4s. So we were trying to sneak out there, but I just don't think we can squeeze it in, Jason. Maybe next time.
Yeah, people, if they golf out here, Alan, are playing it like at 5 a.m. because it's so hot.
Yeah, I know.
Now, we've been lucky with cloud cover. Yeah.
I do have a question for you, Alan, and this is I'm not trying to get anything, but if time wasn't an issue, if the job wasn't an issue, if it's like, okay, I'm going to Vegas and I got to do one thing, what is it?
I don't know. I don't know. Got to do one thing like outside of the normal Vegas stuff.
No, just something that you would want to do. Like, oh man, I got a chance to go to Vegas. I've got to do this.
That is a great question. I don't know. Is this a leading question?
No. I'm just wondering.
I don't.
I feel like you're one of you and Jason are the few people that would go to Vegas and find something to enjoy about Vegas.
Yeah. Well, like I said, like I'll put you like this. I have a list and I haven't done anything yet, but we're here for 2 weeks. So, hopefully we'll be able to fit it in. But
don't tell Richie.
I'm a big speakeasy guy. Like I love a secret, like you got to press a phone number and then you got to see a garden gnome, but then you don't pass the garden gnome or look it in the eyes. You just, fist bump it. And then you go downstairs and then you call someone else and then they let you in. Like I love those types of places. So that's what I would do. I would hit all of the speakeasies.
From the Sack Shack, who would go with you on that?
Brendan and Chris.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Brendan and
That's
Chris.
your posse.
Notice there's someone there that I did not name.
I noticed it. Yeah. I noticed it. People are
and I know he's listening. I know he's listening, so I'm giving him a hard time.
Well, I know you guys have had fun. How about, it's classic out here. I know you guys were talking about overreactions. Just your perception on whether it was the California Classic or when you guys got to the game after your horrific journey to get here. What'd you think of what you've seen from the Kings?
I don't know if uninspired is the right word. I would probably say it the same way I talked about our dinner plans, just a little clunky. This is like organized pickup basketball. And there are a lot of those youth leagues going on out here, like the EYBL and things like that. And it reminds me of that. These teams get thrown together, they practice for a couple weeks, and then we have overreactions to everything. I saw something, Jason, it was, and we talked about it on the show yesterday, it was Summer League winners and losers, right? Players.
Come on.
And it's one thing to have it, don't get me wrong. Jason, Summer League's not over. So like this is what we're doing now, So to me, the one thing I would say, there's some tape going around about A-Cup, and we had Eric Musselman on yesterday, and obviously he has ties to Arkansas. The effort level, I know people are very worried about that. I think my biggest takeaway is we knew that this draft class was talented. So if you don't put up a crazy stat line every night, you're a bust or you're a bum, because when you're not doing it, one of the other picks is. And I think it's all playing out the way we saw, Jason. The top 4 is the top 4, but there's a lot of good talent out there. As far as the team is concerned, like I said, they're all kind of cobbled together. So I'm not holding anything against them. Emmanuel Sharp has been outstanding. I think he's going to challenge some of the vets, I should say, for playing time. Alex Caravan, we just have to see more, and A-Cup has just got to get comfortable.
Is it A-Cup?
I walked right past, or he walked right past me after the second game. And, we had him on the show, and I thought about saying, hey, I just decided to let him
video.
Yeah. Hey, have you seen this? What do you think of this song? I was thinking, since I have you, when he makes a three, right, or a dunk or whatever, we could talk to Scott Moak, and we could, just play a cuff. It just plays like that after the three. How about that?
It's going to be a no for me, dog.
More Allen. More Allen.
Remember the last time Allen got something to play after someone scored?
Oh, yeah.
What we want the
You
most?
hurt Malik Monk.
No. First of all, it wasn't my idea. I greenlit it, but it was not my idea. I thought it was a great idea, but it was not me. It was from our show, though. Yes.
A couple last things for you here, and thank you for joining. Let's see, what do we have? The texter's telling us, Alan, you would love the Mob Museum in Vegas. There's a speakeasy in the basement after going through the museum.
Okay. And you know what else, Jason? I talk. There's just something about me. I'm just a very historic person. Very well-rounded. I love history. I'm always in old Sacramento. I think it's incredibly underrated.
No. You just lost all of your credit right there.
What are you talking
You're
about?
the only one going to Old Sac. What are you talking about?
No. I said I think it's underrated. That's all I said.
It is properly rated.
No, it's not properly rated. It is underrated, Chris. But hold on. I like history. I like how things were built, Jason. And Old Vegas, to me, that's where I like to spend some time. And that's where we're gonna find a way to make my pilgrimage. That's what I always do. I always spend one night, Fremont Street, Old Vegas. So they got to let me know where the Mob Museum is.
Okay. And then last thing, we got about 30 seconds. People want to know what's going on in the Sports Shack. Like, where's Whitey? I know he joined us yesterday. Frankie, you said, is up. Is Brendan still in a coma? Like, what's going on over there?
Yeah, Brendan was rustling around because you guys really shook up the Shack with this, hey, Jason is upset with us and we got to make this right. So we had to come together to make sure that we, are all on the same page and make sure that you, Jason,
get your story straight.
Included. No, there's no story.
Get it on the right page to get your stories right.
No, just to make sure, hey, we didn't organize this, right? It wasn't organized. So we're all in a kerfuffle.
I'm just saying it's interesting that the term
Verlade is loving this.
team meeting was thrown out there, but no one seems to know who said it.
Chris Watkins is already up. Verlade texts everyone separately at 6 a.m. to troll. I mean, I don't know. This could break up the house. I mean, it's only Tuesday. We're really gonna have to pull this thing back together.
Got a long week ahead. A lot of shows ahead.
I know.
More runs ahead. More Mob Museums to get to. Alan, great talking to you. Thank you for joining us. Jump in that pool. Cool off a little bit after your run.
I will. And Jason, when we do have a team dinner, you will be there. I can guarantee you.
Oh, it's a Alan Styles guarantee. All right.
Lock
Thank you,
it
Alan.
in.
All right. We'll check you out today at 2, and we'll see you out there soon.
All right, guys. Thanks.
All right. That's Alan Styles from the Sack Shack. We'll uncover some more from that. We also have Mark Jones joining us here live from Vegas. That's at the top of the hour as we continue to roll along right here on Sactown Sports.
Like and subscribe to the Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube channel at Sactown Sports 1140 to get the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt and Kayla, and the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Styles on demand and at your fingertips. Get your fix of the Sacramento Kings, 49ers, Giants, Athletics, NFL, NBA, and the latest in sports and entertainment all in one place at Sactown Sports 1140 on YouTube. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
And we're live from the living room as Doug eyes up the match day spread. He's reaching for the Buffalo wing. Perfect. Hang on, what's this? Oh, he's gone for a can of Pepsi too. Incredible. What a finish. Sensational combination. Look at the delight on his face. There's no doubt about it. It just tastes better. Match days deserve Pepsi. Food deserves Pepsi. Grab a pack of Pepsi Zero Sugar for today's match. It's poetry in motion.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown 411 16th Street and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Wow, what is all this? These screens, the food.
All for the game, bro.
Let us pitch in.
No need. I'm saving $1,000 bundling my wireless and internet with T-Mobile. I've got it all covered.
Goal!
Here to score big with T-Mobile. Families save up to $1,000 a year when they bundle 5G home internet with 4 phone lines on Experience Beyond. Compared to regular rates after third line free on Experience Beyond plan with internet bundle discount via monthly bill credits and auto-pay discount. Credit stop if you cancel or change plans.
Hi, I'm Justin Gingery from the law firm of Gingery, Hammer, and Associates. When you have been injured by the fault of another, you will want advice you can trust. If you know an attorney you can trust, I hope you call that person. But if you don't, please call me. I promise I will be the attorney you can trust. Along with my partner and associates, I have been helping accident survivors recover for their injuries for over 25 years. And we can help you. There's no charge for calling, so please call us today.
When you get an injury, just call Gingery.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy. Pretty much hands off, They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief. The best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Chevy is the heartbeat of America, and there's a big upside to buying and driving a new Chevy Silverado half-ton truck. There's the lifetime warranty, not to mention the selection, from a 2-wheel drive to a 4-wheel drive, the LT, RST, High Country, you name it. There's an even bigger upside to buying a new Silverado at Folsom Chevy. General Manager Eric Wilson and his team are offering 0% financing for 5 years and no payments for 90 days during the entire month of July. On all new Silverado half-ton trucks in stock, an incredible deal. Folsom Chevy is truck country. You can find them off Highway 50 at the Folsom Auto Mall between the Hazel and Folsom exits. Find out more at folsomchevy.com. From the mountains to the levee, think Folsom Chevy. Together, let's drive. Must finance with GM on approved credit. $16.67 per $1,000 financed. Cannot be combined with other offers. Ends July 31st, 2026.
Live from Las Vegas for NBA Summer League, presented by Power Business Technology. What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot.
And what's not?
It's not good.
Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Las Vegas. Jason Ross, Christopher Laud is back in our Sacramento studios. We just checked in with the Sack Shack checked in with Alan Stiles from the afternoon show. They'll be broadcasting live starting at 2 o'clock. But in between, Nat and Kayla from 10 to 2, and they'll be stopping by here in just over an hour. We'll have, or in an hour, we'll have a little crosstalk with them, celebrity birthdays. And a reminder, too, we're about 10 minutes away or less from checking in with Mark Jones. He had a good award and well-deserved award and recognition out here yesterday. Talk to him about that, what he's observed with the Kings, the television voice of the Kings. But right now, let's ask that question. Who's hot?
Lamine Yamal.
Oh, yeah. Just had his birthday the other day, too.
It was. He turned 19 years old. He's played 11. He started 11 matches with Spain in major tournaments. That would be the Euros and the World Cup. How many of those 11 games has he won?
I'm going to go with 11.
Hey, ding, ding, ding. He's won 11
Nice.
of 11, has never lost.
Soccer guy here. Good for him. So that makes him hot. Who's not?
France.
What?
Yeah. In
Wow.
20 years, there's been one team that has beaten France 7 times more than any other country. That country? Spain. They've beaten them 7 times in 10 matches.
Are you calling your shot?
I'm just saying, people are saying this is France's to win, and be careful.
Okay. Let me see. I'm in one of the gambling capitals of the world. I don't know if I understand soccer betting. Oh, let's see. Oh, yeah, I do. France is plus 140. Oh, okay. Let me ask you this. Would you take the over? What do you think the over-under is, Chris?
I'm going to guess 2.5.
That's exactly right. What would you take there?
The under.
Okay. You know what I didn't know, and this is probably being naive. There was a guy here that was talking about his parlay that he had, and who was the draw? Oh, it was Argentina and oh my gosh, who did they just play the other day?
Switzerland.
Switzerland, yes, thank you. One of his parlays was that Argentina and Switzerland would play to a draw, and like a draw, but I didn't realize that that's what it's still a draw if you get to
extra time,
or it's considered extra time, right? Yeah. So
if you see, I want to say like a lot of those bets, it'll say like it's a regular thing, but it'll say like in 90 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't look at any of the boards on there, but that was interesting. I didn't know that. So once they got there, he was happy. He's like, yeah, I don't care who wins now. I'm like, oh, got it. Good for you.
Hey,
but
great fan of the game.
Well done. Well done. Yeah, no, he was a fan of his money, which most people are out here for sure. All right, quick segment there because we got to get to Mark Jones, the television voice of the Sacramento Kings, really been the voice of the NBA and was recognized out here in Vegas yesterday. Want to talk to him about that. He's been around the Kings now for, I think this will be his 7th season coming up, 6th or 7th. And he's been out here for the duration of Summer League, his impressions of what he's seen, and he called the California Classic as well. The great Mark Jones will join me next here on Sactown Sports.
The top young talent is on display at NBA Summer League, and Sactown Sports has boots on the ground. Join Jason Ross, Whitey Gleason, and Alan Stiles as they broadcast live from Las Vegas, presented by Power Business Technology. And stay locked into SactownSports.com and the Sactown Sports YouTube channel for the latest on every game, every practice, and all things Kings this summer. Power Business Technology, copiers and printers for your office needs.
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
From the people who brought you It's the Dog Park comes.
Your dog is limping, but she seems fine. Plus, you've heard they can fake it just to get what they want, so what's the deal now? You're being gaslit.
Protect your dog from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance.
Oh, now she switched legs. What a diva.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Coverage subject to policy terms.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Summer's finally here, and we're kicking it off with a whole lot of free. Free brake pads with Duralast rotors. Free oil filter with 5 quarts of oil. Free Armor All wipes with Armor All glass cleaner, and more. More free, so you can have more summer. Celebrate free at AutoZone. Now through July 27th. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Dawn or dusk, I'm on the hunt. Skeeter here, Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District, and I'm wearing Skeeter Vision, night vision goggles that light up skeeters at dawn or dusk like the 4th of July. Mosquito, 12 o'clock. Got him. So fight the bite by wearing long sleeves and pants at dawn or dusk when they're most active. Apply insect repellent and drain stagnant water. It's a breeding ground.
Dawn or dusk, the Sacramento Yolo Mosquito and Vector Control District reminds you to fight the bite. For more information or to report problems, go to fightthebite.net.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave.
What's up? It's Matt George.
What's good? It's Alan Stiles.
With the most trusted voices in the community.
This is Jason Ross.
Hey, it's Kayla Anderson.
It's Whitey Gleason.
Ready to help promote your business, both as partners and customers. All you have to do is ask. Pick up the phone, dial pound 250 and say, grow my business to get connected with a team member today. That's pound 250 and say, grow my business. Our team will review your product, quickly pair you with a perfect endorser, and create video and audio samples, all at no cost or obligation to you. With the most live and local on-air lineup, a dynamic content-driven website, and a state-of-the-art mobile app, Sactown Sports 1140 is tailor-made to help you connect with a sports audience in Sacramento. So why wait? Dial pound 250 today. Say, grow my business, and let us help take you to the next level.
KHD HD1 Sacramento. KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140, your local sports leader. Live from Las Vegas for NBA Summer League, presented by Power Business Technology. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
During our final hour of today's show, the Tuesday show out here at NBA Summer League. It's been a fun journey so far. Jason Ross here. Christopher Laud's back in our Sacramento studios. Dave is on vacation. He'll be back with us next week, but it's been a fun time out here in Vegas. A few more games to go for the Sacramento Kings. Hopefully, if they get to 3-1 and things lay out right, maybe they can get into that Final Four tournament, but we'll see. But again, we are out here today and for a couple more days, brought to you by our friends at Power Business Technology. Your eyes and ears for all things Kings and NBA. Power Business Technology, copiers and printers for your office needs. Well, it is a pleasure to be joined by our next guest, who is kind of like the king of the NBA and the king of Las Vegas, and yesterday was recognized duly so for that. The great Mark Jones, the voice of the Kings, joining us. Mark, good morning. How's Vegas treating you?
Good morning, man. And Jason, I can't believe that you and I actually shop at the same furniture store. You have the same lamp in the background as I do. What about that?
I know we're probably only a few floors apart, but everything's
good, man.
That's good.
Everything's good as long as we stay away from those blackjack tables, man. It's all good. It's all good.
They're going to keep building these casinos. They keep growing every year, don't they?
Exactly. Yeah. Curious to see our guys at work tonight. Hopefully Darius plays. Like to get another look at him and put some more eyes on him. And Emmanuel has been outstanding, and yeah, it's fun to watch Max out there too. Seeing him and Dylan work together is something that brings a lot of possibility and potential coming down the road, right? And hey, for what it's worth, it was a good sign to see Domas out there courtside last game too.
Yeah. And you were close by to that. We brought that up on the show yesterday, and My take on that, Mark, and you would know better on this, is just league wide. Like, does he have to be here? No, but I think it would be more of the optics if he wasn't. But he was, and he chose to be here. Was very present. Was on an interview on TV, and I think that goes somewhere. What do you think about him showing up out here like that?
I think it's great for as they say in French, esprit de corps, the spirit of the team. It was good for the guys to spend a little bit of time with him, and knowing that he's there to support, to get a chance to put eyes on his teammates to be, in particular, Darius Acuff, who's, projected as our starting point guard. It's important. It's important. There are whole bunch of little intangibles through the course of a season, preseason, exhibition season, summer league, that, you piece it all together and it helps catalyze the culture of a team that we're going through right now, and build a little chemistry too, for what it's worth.
Yeah. And I want to go there too with Acuff in a moment, but one other part that you've known him for years just because of all the games you've called, but DeMarcus was not a King when you've came along in Sacramento, and that relationship in the past had been fractured. That stood out to me too, Mark, the other night, that there he was sitting with King's brass and looked like he was having a good time. I like that Boogie was kind of back involved there, and I hope there's a future connection with the organization and him.
Yeah, so do I. He's one of the all-time greats in franchise history. I mean, people forget. Like, I remember spending a lot of time. He was one of the Kings greats. I mean, he's in the pantheon of Kings players. He's got to be top 5. Got to be. And when you look at his overall body of work, it's outstanding. I remember watching DeMarcus play out here and spending a lot of time with him in the summertime as a member of USA Basketball. And being a junkie, I can remember I think it was the 2014 World Championships in Turkey. Anthony Davis got in foul trouble when the USA was playing in the finals against Serbia. And he got in foul trouble early. DeMarcus came in and changed the tone and tenor of that entire game. USA ends up blowing out Serbia by 30 points, but Boogie was front and center in that. I've always had a great relationship with him and a really good respect for his game. And one of the saddest moments in my entire, national broadcasting career, 36 years at ESPN, was watching the game in New Orleans. I was calling the game in New Orleans. Alvin Gentry was still the coach for the Pelicans at the time, and DeMarcus missed a free throw, ran for the rebound on it, and popped his Achilles. And man, it took the wind out of me, man, because he's the guy that you root for. I've always loved his passion, and I would love to see him become embedded as part of the Kings organization and fabric moving forward.
Yeah, that moment, obviously his career was never quite the same. He had some more injuries after that. That's an interesting what if, Mark, because he and AD were kind of cooking at that time. They were putting it together, weren't they?
They were both averaging over 25 points and 10 rebounds at the time, with either of them playing the 5 and the 4. And remember, Boogie was a 3-point shooter too. He could shoot that thing a little bit as a big. He was a stretch big, and people forget, but he was, when Boogie was still Boogie in his prime, before Joker became Joker. I mean, if you go back and look at the box scores, he won that matchup 9 out of 10 times. He was an elite big man in the prime of his career.
Yeah, so we're talking with Mark Jones, the voice of the Sacramento Kings, been the voice of the NBA for so long. It was hone in on the Kings, Mark. Darius Acuff obviously going to get a lot of attention. You called the games at the Classic. You've seen him play a couple games here. There's definitely something there. We got a couple people concerned about volume of shots, inefficiency. Some of that I think is okay happening in Summer League, but you also try to project, will that be a season-long thing? Will that number trim because Levine and Sabonis and Monk and Murray will get shots? What's your read on, a very, very early start of his career for a guy like Acuff in that efficiency department?
Yeah, I'm not worried about it because, he was extremely efficient in college, 44% from three-point territory, 48 overall on field goals, 50% on catch-and-shoot threes. And that's a key number because with Sabonis, Zach, Keegan on the floor and whoever that next guy is, there's going to be a lot of open looks for him. He won't have to, use the self-checkout line all the time. He won't have to manufacture his own shots as he's had to do a lot of times here in Summer League. And, when you watch him now, I think probably the biggest concern, and it might be a little bit legit, is just making the adjustment in the length of NBA defenders that he's going to get. There have been a couple times where he's had shots not blocked, but deflected. So part of that is getting used to NBA length defensively, which is no big deal for him. The other part of that is just rust. He hasn't played 5-on-5 basketball since March, so part of that is just rust, and he's not worried. I was sitting next to his dad, Acuff Sr., yesterday, and I asked him about his son's shooting, and he said, it's not a big deal. I'll get a text from him tomorrow morning, say, Pops, meet me at the gym at 5. We'll do some form shooting, and he'll be fine. So I didn't hear any concern in his voice, and, Dad as his first coach is always going to know best, and, he's been around a lot of pros in his time too, and his father will make the Darius Jr. will make the requisite adjustments. The big thing to watch with him, he can make his own shots. He can make his own shots, and he's been able to get to the rim when he wanted to. And with respected shooters and real NBA players around him, he'll see a lot more space than he's seeing in Summer League.
Yeah, and I was trying to do a comp, which I know is unfair. I mean, these guys will become their own NBA players, but just maybe more of the size comparison to guys that have now gone on to figure it out in their career. We just see Jalen Brunson, Mark, win the finals, and he's doing that same kind of thing where he's getting into the lane and shooting over the tallest figure you could possibly have in Victor Wembanyama. And, he didn't do that in year one. It took him some time, and it took him 3 or 4 years in Dallas to develop, and then now he's taken off into one of the game's greats. And I think the same, if you've got a little bit of a deficiency in the size, you've got to find that lane. And he's not going to get it today, but I think if he's got the makeup to be the guy that can figure that out.
Yeah, and the best thing about it is that he hasn't looked rattled. Disposition and the way he comports himself on the floor. That's what I think elite scouts and evaluators look at, and he's been unshakable so far. And even when in that first game at Golden One Center, Brooklyn was beating the crap out of him and there weren't any whistles, they were very physical, very handsy with him. He was still very stoic in his demeanor, and that told me everything I needed to know about him. As opposed to Wagler the other night, when Emmanuel Sharp was physical with him. Look at the difference, right? He looked frustrated, right? He looked rattled. He looked off kilter. He looked off balance. He looked like a rookie, and that's a big difference between the two prospects, I think, moving forward right now.
Yeah, I want to ask you about a couple of those guys the Kings also have here. And Emmanuel Sharp, a second-round pick, and the Kelvin Sampson DNA. It's just all over him. And Jonathan Mobo, this team, Mark, has been lacking. It doesn't have a lot of great defensive players. They would like to get better defensively, but you feel those two when you watch them play. I don't know where their minutes will come, but I feel like there's an opportunity. I mean, what do you think about what those two guys at least are doing defensively, which has been a weakness of the Kings?
Yeah, that translates, man. What Emmanuel Sharp and Jonathan Mobo are doing is translatable. And, when you watch Sharp just be all up in Wagler the other day, it's going to force the other guys to raise the level of their defensive intensity because, despite salaries, Doug, I feel, will be empowered to make the requisite decisions to play who's playing, and play who understands the assignment. And it's good to have that option on the bench. Somebody, the options, plural, in Mobo and Emmanuel Sharp. Mobo's a guy that Last year he didn't have a lot of available minutes to play behind an all-star Scotty Barnes. I mean, that's just not going to happen. But I think that was a steal of a pickup. That's a steal to get him on a two-way deal. I mean, I'm not sure how much longer they're going to be able to keep him on a two-way deal. The hope is that another team doesn't swoop in and take him, just like Markel Sutton, who's been playing outstanding basketball out of LSU for Sacramento here in the summer, both at the California Classic and here. So anytime you can give, Doug more tools to use in his toolbox defensively, especially with wing length, with Mobo. And, if you watch his minutes last year with the Raptors, he was a lot of times on the number one option or number two scoring option for opponents. And Emmanuel Sharp, a.k.a. Cell Block 34, a.k.a. Mr. Straps, that's just fun. That's great. And he shoots it too,
Yeah. Yeah, there's a
He'll
confidence in
use
his
up.
jump shot.
I'm guessing that the over/under on his fouls tonight is going to be about 8. I'm going 8.5. I'm setting the
Yeah.
over/under at 8.5 on his fouls. Of course, Dylan's is going to be 9, but
Right,
neither of
yeah.
them will be bringing any fouls back to Sacramento in the following days.
You get 10, you might as well use them. I remember years ago, Mark, here, and I know you called a lot of these games too in the summer league, but when the Kings had Hassan Whiteside, right when they first got him, same draft as DeMarcus, Whiteside fouled out multiple times. I mean, he not only had the 10, he used the 10 and fouled out, which is difficult to do in Vegas Summer League.
Yeah, man. 10 fouls with a Class B felony. I know, man. It's pretty good. I like it, though. I like to see it. I just love the intensity that the Kings are playing with here in Summer League, and it helps sets the tone. And seeing the big man out there the other day coming back from Max playing with his French national team, it was really good. Like he looked sharp. He was worried about his cardio a little bit, but man, he looked like he was almost in mid-season form.
Yeah, we were talking about a couple guys like that last night. I'd love your opinion, where I think Max had the look of, I'm a second-year guy now. I had a really good rookie season. I don't know whether I should be out here, but I'm going to come out here and make my presence felt. And he did that. And I think that's exactly what you want to see. Neek isn't that attack type of player. I think he's playing fine, but he's also not, I'm not going to put my imprints on the game as much. It's more of the game comes to me. Just kind of talk about Max and Neek, what you think they've done so far.
Yeah, Max has been, spectacular in the one game that we've seen so far. I mean, it kind of fits the way that he played last year and continues on an upward arc. I watched the 2 games that he played for the French national team against Belgium and Finland, and he's going to take somebody's spot over there. It's not going to be Wemby's, but I think Rudy Gobert's in a little bit of trouble. Wow. He's been able to shoot the 3-pointer well, not only in FIBA but here. And he just continues to grow. And I mean that in a literal sense, too, because he told me that he put on about 20 pounds compared to when he stepped through the training room doors last year with the Sacramento Kings. He looks very comfortable, very fluid. But I think the biggest difference that we might see here in Summer League and then going into the regular season with Max is he won't be pushed off his spot as much as he was last year. And defensively, he'll be able to hold his position against some of the bigger, more traditional centers in the NBA. Guys like Klingon, guys like Valanciunas, guys that last year might have pushed him around a little bit. I don't think we're going to see that happen as much. As for Neek, I'm encouraged by what I've seen from Neek, too. I mean, he's his jumper looked really good a couple of nights ago against the Clippers. We talked, I think you guys have probably known about the fact that he really spent a lot of time in the lab this summer, working on his jump shot. One of the points of emphasis with it was narrowing his feet a little bit. He felt his base was a little bit too wide, so he's narrowed the base of his shot a little bit. It's allowed him to get the ball a little bit more air under the ball and give it a better chance, not leaving it on the front rim quite as much. And I'm kind of encouraged by his playmaking as well so far. Yeah. He's just making the right play. He's just playing very good complementary basketball and making the right play and shooting it when he has to. And, he had said earlier that a lot of his workouts this summer with Boston's Derek White back in Colorado really helped him too. They played some ones and did a bunch of stuff together. So, yeah, there's still a lot of improvement. I don't think he's anywhere near his ceiling right now. And I like the way that he took on his defensive challenges the other day, covering Tabonsta. He forced Tabonsta to work for his buckets.
He looks good, by the way. I mean, in person, his
Right.
handle was better
Yeah.
than I thought. He's got the size already. He's going to be a problem.
Yeah, he and Caleb Wilson. I think we all know how good those top four guys are, but Caleb Wilson, man, he had a highlight dunk last night that was
Yes, he did.
incredible. He out of the top four guys, Jason, he might actually have the biggest upside out of those four.
I think you might be right.
Which is kind of scary to think about it. The analytics had Boozer's number one, but I'm betting that Caleb Wilson by the end of it could be the best of them. I spoke with Chris Johnson. He works out a lot of the NBA guys. He's in Southern California, and he told me like 2 weeks before the draft, he said, "Mark, Caleb Wilson should be the number one draft pick." I said, "Really? Why?" He says, "We've been repping his three ball. You're not going to believe what he's going to do when you see him shooting the basketball." I said, "You mean Hubert Davis was holding him back at Carolina?" He goes, "Well, not holding him back, but he's getting a chance to really show his full skill set now." And we've certainly seen that.
Yeah, so we're talking with Mark Jones here. We're live from Las Vegas. Mark, we were talking about Neek, and I want to tie it into just my own observation of maybe a position of need. What do you think about what Scott Perry thinks about the point guard position? It's going to be Acuff. They'll give him the keys to the car. I don't think that's any concern there, but the depth behind it. Malik can play it. Neek can play it. Do you think there's a need for that mentor backup point guard for Acuff and just, if heaven forbid he missed a week or two, to kind of run the team? Is that an area still of need maybe for this squad?
Yeah, I think we're going to learn that in the next little bit here. I think they're probably going to take a look at both Monk and maybe Neek as a primary ball handler. If Monk's not in there, if Darius is out for whatever reason for any length of time, I think that there's a liking for a little bit more positional size. So, that gives Monk and Neek a chance to be that primary ball handler when Acuff isn't on the floor. So I don't think there's any need to really go out and acquire anybody. Flagler's on a two-way. There's some options there already on the roster as a point guard. Isaiah Stevens is already in the fold on a two-way. I think it's safe to say we're pretty set at the point guard spot. Now, something could always happen in the next couple of days in terms of transactions, but I don't really see anything.
Well, the Kings will be in action
and I
later
think,
today.
honestly, the more reps that Acuff Jr. gets, the better.
Absolutely. Those bulk of the minutes definitely need to go there, and I think that's the
because
plan.
he's going to have to get his scars. He's going to have to be given the latitude to make his mistakes and get some scars and improve as a result of them. So, there's going to be a little bit of pain, but in the long run, we all know success isn't linear. So he'll get there. He's got star quality.
Yeah. Mark, want to ask you individually what that meant to you yesterday, an honor here out at Summer League where your years of work at ESPN was acknowledged, 30 plus years, 36, your years out here at Summer League calling games. Kind of got you in your feels seeing the tribute, but it was for you. How did you feel, just getting recognized like that?
Man, it made my heart heavy, Jason, to think about, the great people I've had a chance to work with through the years at ESPN, and in particular here at Summer League, Warren Legary and Albert Hall run a great Summer League here. And through the years, being able to watch the debut of, Zion Williamson, to call his first game against his former Duke teammate, RJ Barrett, and to see his first bucket be a thunderous slam dunk, and to have an earthquake happen minutes later, and to have the clock shaking above the court and have us have to cancel the game. There's so many memorable moments, man. I remember Lonzo Ball's debut, calling that game too. And it felt like all of Los Angeles and all of Laker Nation was here in the building that night, and his first big play was an alley-oop pass to Brandon Ingram for a slam dunk, and to hear the building go nuts. Wemby's debut 3 years ago was really electrifying, and then he goes 2 for 13 on that night, got dunked on by Kai Jones in the opening minutes of the game, and everyone's wondering, man, he's falling down a lot. Is he strong enough? And then to see where he is now, no, he was not overrated. It was the tribute last night brought back a lot of those memories, and I just love being a part of the NBA and part of my NBA family and the Sacramento Kings family. It's been a great run, man. And hey, to see the Kings win Summer League a couple of years ago, and to call Keegan Murray's big bucket to ice it along the path was great too.
Well, it was well deserved. I know I was watching a game the other day. I know it was Doris and a longtime partner with you, Dave Pash. They were talking about you and giving you so much love too, and it's got to feel good. And you're so well connected. And it's not like you're done. You're going to continue your work with the Kings, but just to feel that love from all the people that you've worked with over the years.
Man, my late father always used to say, make sure you go and be where you are appreciated. And that's where I am in my life right now. I'm in Sacramento. I was in ESPN for 36 years, and life has been great. I've been given a lot of grace, been employed by some wonderful people. And, the book of Job says in, I think it's 9 verse 8, that your best days are still to come. And that's what I believe in Sacramento. The best days are still to come. We've seen things turn around real quick, right? We've seen it turn around quick in Sacramento. So I'm banking on Scott Perry and BJ Armstrong and everybody to get this thing going. And I'm looking forward to being a part of it for many years to come.
We're all hopeful of that too. We're glad you're back as well. And Mark, I know you said the other day, I want to be on the show more. You have an open invitation. I'm saying Mark can come in every day.
Call me, man. Hey, whenever, man, whether it's at 36,000 feet or on the ground, I'm ready. I'm available. We'll
make it happen.
I'll be moving around a lot this summer, but when the season starts, I'll be entrenched in Sacramento and looking forward to it. Yeah.
Well, we do as well. We'll see you out at the gym in a few hours. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you soon.
You got it, Jason. See you at the gym.
All right, thank you. That is the great Mark Jones joining us. His perspective. I was so glad he got that honor and that homage last night. That was really well deserved, and that honor and recognition for him. And we're lucky in Sacramento to have him. That's for sure. And if he's going to be a part of our show more going in the future, Dave and I and Chris will all be very, very thankful for that. Always love catching up with Mark Jones. We will break here. When we come back, we have more show to get to. We're down the home stretch. We're going to check in with Matt and Kayla, see what they got coming up at 10 o'clock when they join us for some crosstalk and celebrity birthdays. Also, we got the lineup for you. What's on deck? That includes Sacramento Kings basketball. We'll have that straight ahead here on Sactown Sports.
Take Sactown Sports with you everywhere you go with the Sactown Sports app. The most in-depth coverage of the Kings and 49ers. A library of written and video content. And all your favorite personalities all in one place. Download the Sactown Sports app today and get in on the action. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center for your Tuesday. A mild start to the day as temperatures haven't cooled that much in the overnight. We'll get into the afternoon and we're going to feel the heat as the clouds thin out. Expect bright sunshine and highs today 100 to 102. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Oh, the Sacramento heat. Right now, get your AC professionally tuned up for as low as just $59 and enjoy your summer nice and cool. Plumbing, electrical, heating, and air, Bonnie.com. Summer restrictions apply. License 696-355.
We wouldn't be celebrating America 250 if it wasn't for a strong foundation set by the framers. Hamilton built America's financial foundation on sound money, later embodied by the gold standard. But we abandoned that discipline in 1971 and have seen inflation erode the dollar's value. What's the foundation of your savings? Is it gold or something that can be devalued? Hi, Hi, it's Dr. Ron Paul, and I encourage you to speak with my friends at Birch Gold Group about diversifying an existing IRA or 401k into a tax-sheltered IRA in gold. Learn more by requesting a free info kit on gold IRAs. Just text the word SECURE to the number 989898. Let Birch Gold help you build your foundation with gold. Text the word SECURE to the number 989898. Text SECURE to 989898.
Awkward time to ask this, but hey, did you download the trail map?
Yeah, no, I don't need to.
I don't understand. You're trusting your signal out here?
Well, I'm trusting T-Mobile. They have the best network. And if we end up in bum-tots nowhere, well, we've got T-Satellite for backup.
Whoa, I don't trust my carrier that much.
We'll just use your phone as a flashlight.
With America's best network and T-Satellite, we're keeping you connected in places you never thought possible. And if you switch today, you get free phones for $0 down and only $25 a month per line for 4 lines. Find out more at T-Mobile.com or visit your local store.
Best mobile network based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence Data Test 2025 with 24 monthly bill credits and 4 eligible port-ins on Essentials. For well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 connection charge per line. Credits end in balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement example $299.99 Moto Edge 5G required. T-Satellite available with compatible device in most outdoor areas in the U.S. where you can see the sky. Included with experience beyond or $10 a month. Auto renews monthly. Cancel anytime. Visit T-Mobile.com.
At Power Business Technology, we're not another big box corporation. We're your neighbors, locally owned and operated. We know what businesses like yours need. From reliable printers to high-performance copiers, we'll help you find the right solution with personal service you just can't get online. Need setup or support? We're just down the road and always happy to help. Power Business Technology, family hometown service with big-time solutions. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729 or visit us at powercopiers.com.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. I've heard you're extending the 4th of July sales event because the deals were so good.
They were the best deals of the year, and we wanted to keep the savings going. Explore California like never before in a new 2026 Jeep Wrangler Sport when you save up to $8,500 off MSRP. Whether you like off-roading, camping, or exploring, this is the Jeep for you, and you won't find a better price.
Oh yeah, that's one of the most iconic models that really gets back to its roots.
Iconic really is the best way to describe it, but Hoblet is so much more than Jeeps. Whatever you're looking for, you can find it at Hoblet with our Hoblet Certified Pre-Owned Supercenter with 200 vehicles and over 50 under $30,000.
Search, select, and save through our whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Nobody beats Hoblet, period. $8,500 total net savings on select new 2026 Jeep Wrangler Sport after $3,500 Hoblet discount and factory incentives. Incentives may include $500 military or first responder bonus cash for eligible members. $1,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance with the eligible trade. 3 is net savings. Sample VIN 208-262.
Hey, this is Jelly Roll. As many of you know, my song Winning Streak is about my own personal struggles with addiction. I first sought help for my addiction at 14 years old. Start your recovery journey. Choose a proven addiction treatment option that's right for you at ChooseChangeCA.org. The real you is worth recovering. Choose Change California provides access to proven treatment options for addiction to opioids and stimulants. ChooseChangeCA.org. This is your chance to recover your life.
From Las Vegas for NBA Summer League, presented by Power Business Technology. Here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
All right, back here, final half hour of the show. Thanks again to our guest today, whether it was Alan Stiles from the Sack Shack, whether it was Jonathan Mobo's interview, or the great Mark Jones, who we just talked to. Anything you ever miss, you can check it out. It's your own time, on demand for you. Sactownsports.com. Go to our YouTube page, watch the show, listen to it whenever you're ready and available. And we always appreciate if you're there live. But if you're on our YouTube and chatting amongst our group there, hit that thumbs up button while you're there. We appreciate that. We're getting people commenting about the Mark interview. So much jelly, it's jam. Let's see what is always a class act. I personally want to say thank you to Mark. I enjoy commenting when you comment on the games. Mark gets me laughing a few times a year. He's a Hall of Famer based on his one-liners alone. Yeah, Mark's got a lot to say. Let's check in on our text line. Always great hearing from him or from you guys over there as well at 339-1140. Thank you for the interview with Mark. So, yeah, we got people checking in all places, and we do appreciate that. Now, you will be able to check out Kings basketball today. What's funny, Chris, I feel like this time of year has been labeled as a downtime in the past. Like, oh, July, there's nothing going on in July. This is like a sneaky big sports week. I mean, it helps with the World Cup, and sometimes you have the Olympics, but World Cup specifically today, we have the match coming up at noon with France versus Spain. So that's going to be a big deal. You do have the Major League Baseball All-Star Game if you want to watch that tonight. You do have Kings basketball coming up at 3 in Summer League against the Nets, and that's going to be Acuff Jr. versus Mikael Brown Jr. Still WNBA action going on. I believe make it Thursday, the British Open starts. You had the home run derby last night, which was a great
golf.
You had a great home run derby last night. Yeah, there's stuff going on. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's see what else we've got to talk about from What's on Deck. We mentioned the first game of the day today in Summer League out here will be the Sixers and the Rockets, then the Nets and the Kings. And again, the Kings are getting some respect out here. All 4 of their games that are at least scheduled are in the Thomas and Mack Arena, the bigger of the two. Cox Pavilion is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just a smaller of the two venues. But Acuff is getting his attention. So they're going to want to see the Kings and the Nets. You got Grizzlies Warriors today. Axel Lindenborg's been playing well. Wizards and Bulls, back-to-back for Chicago. That could be DeBonsa versus Wilson. We'll see if those guys play. Nuggets versus Thunder, and Clippers versus Lakers. I know you're doing the double shift again today, Chris, so you obviously have the World Cup on starting at noon, correct?
Correct.
Will you? You're not going to be into it as much as
No.
City playing. So, yeah. So I don't think Matt and Kayla will see
the closest.
Matt's seen the theatrics before.
The closest I have gotten to a City-like reaction was when Mexico scored their first goal against England, and then when they tied it up.
I'm trying to think how many times. Yeah, there hasn't been as many times that you've had. No, there's been enough times in this building, in the building you're in now, where you've watched City. But I feel like I remember a lot of the moments in the other building, but more so here for sure, I guess, now that I think about it. I'm trying to think of some of the people in the office up there, if they really heard or watched you watch a City game that stressed you out, just if they could believe it.
Angie said that she could tell when I was watching soccer.
From like 4 rooms away?
Yeah. And my room being closed. My door being closed.
You never close the door.
Huh? I did I did during soccer games.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So that's one indicator. But 2,
she said she could hear me.
Yeah. Yeah, we could hear you in the other room. It's like,
it was also helpful that was still during a time when there weren't a lot of people back in the building.
True. So the sound would, yeah. But that, man, like I said, I think I asked you, you haven't been in that kind of feel about City in a while. Like you still want them to win. Like you're just not as. You would get really riled up about their matches.
No, I that still happens. It's just that the losses don't have the same effect on me.
Have you ever been like that with the Kings?
Well, during the 2002 run, or just like the early 2000s.
Okay.
See, and then here's the thing that hurts is because the Beam team, that was, I know as a Kings fan that it is very short-lived to have success. Mm-hmm. So I was just cheering every win and did not care about any losses.
Yeah, well, I cared about the losses, but I'm with you. It was more, it was enjoyable. It was a pleasant surprise. I didn't want it to end.
What's bad too is I feel like if the next 2 seasons is like, all right, I know what this is type of thing. And I feel like if they were as good the second year, then those losses would have hurt more.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
You're right. Because, this was the come up year. This was the first time after so many years of being so bad. And it was like, I don't know, just like check every box after like 25 games. This is the best record in 12 years. After 50 games, this is the best record since 2006. And they just kept doing things that just kept going. And they were fun milestones. The beam was fun. The team was fun. And you didn't want them to lose. But when they lost, like, all right, but this isn't it's not falling apart. It was like they would lose 2 and then boom, here they go again and rip off 4 wins in a row. And everything about it was just enjoyable. And so, when they lost to the Warriors in Game 7, it was still disappointing. It was more disappointing just because it was over than it was disappointing that they didn't get it done. That's kind of the way I felt. And even that game, I think it was either tied or ahead at the half by 1 maybe. And then the second half, just when the reality sunk in, when there's about 5 minutes left, it's like, that lead's too large. Deficit's too large. It's not happening. But there's always next year. And I think you're right, Chris. Had they done something equal to that or better, I think we'd have been more disappointed the way it ended. But hopefully those days will return to Sacramento because it's been, as we know, few and far between. But that's what's coming up today. What's on deck? You will get your Kings fix with Kings basketball. And to have all our guys out here, our coverage, we'll have you completely blanket coverage of post-game stuff. We'll have stuff for you tomorrow on this show. Reaction to the game, good, bad, ugly, overreactions. Oh, yeah, we're going to be part of all of that. You can count on that. And we look forward to doing that. Well, what's going to be coming up on the midday show? We're going to find out. Matt and Kayla will be in studio here in just a moment to join us, get their perspective on what's coming up on the show. Also, we have crosstalk with them, and we'll have celebrity birthdays. So all of that is straight ahead in our final segment of this Tuesday show, July 14th. We're back with more right after this on Sactown Sports.
After a promising rookie season and an appearance in the FIBA World Cup qualifiers, Maxime Reynaud made his presence felt at NBA Summer League. Has the reigning all-rookie second-teamer shown he can be a key offensive threat alongside Domantas Sabonis this season?
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
A good place to buy a new truck would be a place known as Truck Country. Folsom Chevy is Truck Country, and now it makes even more sense. Folsom Chevy is offering 0% financing for 5 years, no payments for 90 days on all new Silverado half-ton trucks in stock, and there's a lifetime warranty. Go to Folsom Chevy at the Folsom Auto Mall or go to folsomchevy.com. From the mountains to the levee, think Folsom Chevy. Together, let's drive. Must finance with GM on approved credit. $16.67 per 1,000 finance. Cannot be combined with other offers. Ends July 31st, 2026.
Country in the Park 2, presented by your California Army National Guard, October 23rd at Heart Health Park at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Russell Dickerson. Plus more. Enjoy line dancing, live DJs, mechanical bull, and food trucks. Tickets start at just $70. Country in the Park 2, October 23rd at Heart Health Park at Cal Expo with Michelob Ultra, the California Office of Traffic Safety, and Caltrans. More info at CITPFest.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8157. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-8157. That's 800-575-8157.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Now through July 26th at Big O Tires, get $200 in savings on 4 select Michelin or BF Goodrich in-stock tires with installation purchase. Disposal fees extra. Savings include $120 instant plus $80 rebate. Not good with other offers. See Big O dealer for pricing.
Skeeter here, my card. Field Tech, Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District. I never met a Culex terrasalis I didn't want to smack. That's Latin for mosquito. Hey, it's time again to fight the bite. Time to protect yourself from West Nile virus by applying insect repellent. Once a week, drain stagnant water and report dirty green swimming pools. Ew. They're breeding grounds.
The Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District reminds you it's time to fight the bite.
My card never gets old.
For more information or to report problems, go to fightthebite.net.
Card collectors know there's nothing as special as a rare one-of-one card. And now you can hear a very rare one-of-a-kind sports card show right here on Sactown Sports. Whitey Gleason here inviting you to join me and Mr. True Sports Cards himself, Emran Pilati, for the True Sports Card Show every Saturday morning at 10 on Sactown Sports. It's the only sports card radio show in the nation. For all your hobby needs, get to True Sports Cards, 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland. And for hobby, insight, and fun, join us for the True Sports Card Show Saturday mornings at 10 on Sactown Sports. It's time for your Sactown Soccer Report. Powered by Sac Yolo Mosquito and Vector Control District.
This week's key matches include France versus Spain at Dallas Stadium and Argentina versus England in Atlanta.
In soccer, defense wins championships. At home, defense stops mosquitoes. Train standing water. That's your backline. Dress with sleeves and defend with repellent. That's your keeper. Keep your doors and screens tight. That's your shutout. Sac Yolo Mosquito and Vector Control District. More tips at fightthebite.net.
Live from Las Vegas for NBA Summer League, presented by Power Business Technology. It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things. And now, here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
We might be a bit offbeat.
We?
Well,
yeah, your microphone doesn't catch your clapping, Jason.
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah. Your mic is too good. Oh, there it is.
Oh, he's not clapping now.
I'm being a little reserved. I'm in a hotel room, and I just don't know how. I'm already probably loud enough being in a room.
It's Vegas. Everybody's up at 9:40.
No, they haven't gone to bed yet.
Oh,
true.
Yeah.
Did you see the pad that they're all staying in over there? What's it called?
The Sack Shack.
Sack Shack?
The compound.
Yeah.
Well, we just lost him. You guys really must have upset him.
Wow.
We did.
Because he's gone.
We're taking
there
over.
he is.
Yeah.
He's back.
You are taking over. I know. I was going to say, I lost you guys for a moment. I don't see you guys on my... are you guys on the camera now? Do we have that set up, Chris?
We see you.
Maybe that's...
At some point.
Okay. Maybe that's on my end. Well, how are you guys?
Good. How are you? How's
I'm
Vegas?
doing well.
No, I don't think you heard the question, Jason. Have you checked out
the
Sack Shack?
Oh, no. Oh, so, yeah. Can we let, Chris, do you think we should let Matt and Kayla in and kind of get their opinion on what's going on?
Controversy.
Controversy? I love some controversy.
Drama.
I mean, first of all, looks very nice. Looks very nice.
It does.
Looks
Controversy,
spacious.
and I will say this. I would say one of the forefathers of Sactown sports.
Huh.
So the lack of respect towards Jason Ross.
Oh, it's from one of the four.
You're a forefather.
Oh, I thought you were insinuating something else. Let's lay out the situation for Matt and Kayla, because I don't think they know what's going on.
No idea.
I'm really curious.
So last night, people did their first show, 2 to 6, a great show out there, and having their fun. They had to do some work and so on and so forth. People were, there's a couple other media members here trying to gather and sort and who's getting together and whatnot. When the word came back to me, it was like, hey, we're going to go to dinner. This is where we're going. Boom. Perfect. I reached out, like, what's going on with, I didn't reach out to our guys. I reached out to Sean Cunningham was the one that was connecting people. So I reached out to Sean and I said, I reached out to Sean and said, oh, are the Sactown or my guys, from Sactown coming over? And then I'm efforting or something like that. It's perfect. So I show up at the restaurant because I came separately on an Uber, get there. Sean comes in, Jeremiah comes in. That's where it ends. I'm like, hey, what's up with the Sactown guys? And he said, they said they're having a team dinner.
What?
Wow. And they
Exactly.
didn't invite
Wow.
Jason Ross.
What?
And I went, wait, was the phrasing we are having a team dinner? He said, that's what they said.
That's crazy.
Wow.
What? Have you
Okay.
spoke with anyone?
I was
going to
say,
We've spoken to 2 people.
What'd they say?
Officially on the air, Alan Stiles. Chris, who did you talk? You talked to Frankie.
I talked to Frankie first because there's other stuff that we had to do. But I asked him about the team dinner. Frankie responded with, I said, who was the one that used the term team dinner? He goes, I definitely didn't. I invited both Sean and Jeremiah when they texted me. They told us they were all going to PF Chang's with Jason. The team dinner thing sounds kind of like Alan, but can't say for sure.
Oh, no.
But then we had Alan on.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And he said that he is aware of the term team dinner, but he did not tell us who used the
Yeah, it was for sure.
term
It was
team
for sure,
dinner.
Alan. Yeah, it was for sure, Alan.
He was running from it.
Yeah, that's for sure, Alan.
And where was this team dinner?
That's
at the,
crazy.
At the Shake Shack or Sack Shack or whatever the heck?
Oh, we didn't even get
they
the...
ended up-
Oh,
No,
they went to
an
Carmine's.
Yeah, an Italian restaurant.
Oh.
I know that because Alan wouldn't stop posting about it.
Really? I didn't see it on...
And he put all of his stories.
Ow.
Ooh,
So-
wee.
That's
and
crazy.
then
Jason,
right
we
there.
would have never done that to you. We
No.
want
I
you to know
wouldn't.
that. We
I know
never
you
would
wouldn't.
have.
You guys have my back.
Your real friends were left behind in Sacramento, apparently.
Well, and then Alan then did say, the next time, which like we're down to tonight, like that won't, we won't let that happen or whatever. And I'm like,
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
so there's
very,
a
very
team
interesting. And so there was just lack of communication, poor communication, and yeah.
are you?
How should I feel about that?
Oh, I think you should feel very,
Devastated.
very hurt. I'm mad for you. You know, I'm gonna pick a fight for you when we talk to Whitey and Alan.
Please do.
I'll make
Please
sure.
do.
I'll make sure they know how
So
disrespectful
what
that
is
was.
this
to
called? Dinner gate?
Dinner gate. No, team
Yes.
dinner gate.
Team dinner.
Yeah,
dinner
because if they're like, hey, we're just going to be doing dinner at the house. Okay.
gate. Right.
Or like, oh, sorry, man, we already made plans. No problem.
Well, even dinner at the house, Chris, then it could have been like, hey, if you can get over here, then it's up to me. And it's like, oh, yeah, I'll go over there. I'll
Yeah,
get an Uber.
at least get the invite.
Or it's like, hey, that's too far or whatever. I'm not going to do it. But it just didn't happen.
So no invite to the place for the pool. No invite to dinner. It's crazy. That's that
Yeah.
man.
That's a big shack too.
By the way, have you heard of?
Oh, not big enough to where Alan can't
Right.
complain about it.
Well, yeah. That okay. That kind of tips
Because he's
tips it off
sleeping
here.
with.
Have you? Whoa,
Brendan.
hold on. Have you heard the room sharing or roommate
That's
situation?
what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Has Jason?
So,
Oh,
yes, Alan brought it up. He was the only one that had to share a room. Him and
Oh.
No,
Brendan.
that's not true. Brendan has to share a
Brenda
room.
does, yeah.
With Alan, which I would argue is the worst
Oh.
part.
Yeah.
Well, it goes by seniority.
Oh, is that what they did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
I get it. Whitey and Jay and Chris and Frankie, they've all
But
been
what
here
if
long-
I
yeah,
were
that makes
there?
sense.
Now that throws a real wrench
Well,
in it.
you get the master.
Because it's like,
Yeah,
I
you would
haven't
have
been
room
here
yourself.
for.
I think we
more
just
than a
found
year.
out why you guys weren't invited.
There we go. That's what I said.
Hmm.
That's exactly what I said.
Yeah, we're not going to figure this out.
I said that.
That's
2
also
weeks
why.
ago.
That's also why Dave wasn't invited.
Why?
So
And someone would have to share a room with him.
So J. Ross isn't invited out to dinner, isn't invited to the house, and his radio co-host abandons him for 2 weeks. Man, J. Ross, like, come on over to the midday show. We got you.
Mm-hmm.
I know you do. I appreciate you guys
This
for that.
is home. Come home.
I mean,
Yeah.
you'll have to put up with my sarcasm and ridiculousness.
No, I'm good with
but
that.
No, you can't be. Not to Jay. I mean,
No,
Jason.
I'm good with you guys.
Jason
you guys
puts up with
fine.
everything.
That's true.
You guys aren't on the list.
Well, that's
Oh.
good.
They're on the list.
They are definitely on the list. Bold ink,
Ooh,
Sharpie.
I don't want to be on the list.
What's coming up today, you guys?
Well, we have 2 guests today. Jeremiah is joining us
Oh,
at
perfect.
noon, so we'll get his side of the
Ask him.
story too.
Oh,
We're
that's
definitely going to
right.
get Jeremiah's side of the story
point.
too. Our old friend, old pal from the Athletic, Jason Jones, will be joining us because he gave the Kings a C grade for their offseason, but also released an article today with some more information, some more details about the Bam Adebayo Tyler Hero fight and how it kind of stemmed from more burner accounts on social media. This burner account epidemic he wrote about a little bit. And J. Ross, I spent way too much time last night, compiling some Summer League numbers that will hopefully make Sacramento Kings fans feel a lot better about how Darius Acuff Jr. is performing.
We're already doing this.
Yeah, we're already doing this. Copium.
Unbelievable. You guys probably missed, I think I said it earlier, like one of the, yesterday, one of the Vegas stories, Matt, I was right by, allegedly, where that fight was with Bam.
So that's where I'm a little bit confused is because I thought it was a Heat practice, but Jason Jones says, or wrote in an article, that Bam confronted Tyler in front of his AAU team at their practice.
Okay, so then maybe I wasn't.
So
I saw the Heat players.
Yeah, Jason wrote in the article that, like, because I was always like, why the hell was Tyler Hero at a Heat practice? Yeah. But apparently he was at his AAU team is there because, Kayla, like you talked about.
He was at the youth tournament?
I guess so. Well, he has an AAU team, and Bam showed up and punched Tyler in front of the kids.
Because I was there last year, and that's all kids.
Yeah. So apparently that's what happened according to Jason Jones. So we'll talk to him more about that at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, that's going to be more of the true story. I just saw, all I can confirm is I saw Heat player. I did not see Bam. I did not see Tyler Hero, but I saw a bunch of the Heat players. I'm like, I must have been right around this thing, but okay, gotcha.
You had the chance to get the video.
That's right. That would have been some viral footage for us. Let's do it. Let's get some celebrity birthdays here.
Let's do it.
And maybe even a movie or two. Let's do on this date. In what year did the movie Blair Witch Project come out?
Oh, I loved that.
You weren't one of those people that thought it was real.
I did for a minute. For a minute.
Did. I'm with you, Kayla.
Gosh, you guys, let's see. I'm going to say 1999.
I'll go, I didn't know it was that old. I'll go 2001.
Kayla and Chris are right. Blair Witch Project came out in 1999.
Kayla and Chris are right. Blair Witch Project came out in 1999.
I remember the theater I saw it in.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, on Argonne Road.
Very boring ending.
Yeah.
But the build-up, great.
The build-up, man, that is what they needed to do for the home run derby this year. Instead, they didn't do any of that.
I'm so scared.
How about the movie?
The home run derby's
X-Men.
Wait, X-Men, which one?
The first one.
I don't know which one that is.
Your guess is as good as me.
2004. I have no idea.
2009.
2000.
Chris is correct. 2000. Happy birthday, Conor McGregor.
Oh,
great.
He just busted his knee.
Gross. Conor McGregor is too old to be fighting. He's 44.
41.
36.
Chris is barely closer. 38.
Okay.
Darrell Revis Island.
Oh, yeah.
You should know that.
He's got to be 40.
40?
40.
I'll go 42.
38.
Tie between Matt and Kayla. Last one, Tim Hudson. He's 49.
Oh, A's legend. Timmy.
Braves legend.
Oh, no, I said A's.
Braves.
A's and Braves.
Well, A's.
Tim Hudson is a Brave when you think of him.
No, wrong.
Matt.
Wrong.
He has always worn an A on his hat.
Wrong. A's legend. Timmy.
Good
48.
Lord.
Yeah, he is big 5-0 for Timmy.
51.
We have a correct answer. Goes to Kayla Anderson, 51.
Guess he's a Brave.
Big A's fan.
Guess he's a Brave.
Big A's fan, Kayla Anderson.
All right. Well, you guys have a great show. Please unearth the true Hollywood story behind what's going on here.
We will not let your disrespect go unpunished, nope. J. Ross. We got you. Don't worry.
All right.
Come on home.
I appreciate that.
Come on home.
All right. That's it for me. Matt and Kayla coming your way next.
Sacramento's young talent is on full display in Las Vegas, and Kings two-way